A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all-old-time radio.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of The Silver Shoe, written especially for Suspense by Robert Reddick.
There are some things that you just take for granted. I mean, you don't question them. Like if somebody dies, you've been to the funeral and watched them lower the coffin into the grave. You just got to say to yourself, well, that's the way it is. It's all over. Maybe if you care a lot for somebody like I did for Corey, maybe they go on living in a way in your mind. Not really living, but kind of living in your thoughts or your memory, your dreams. But that's all. So when I saw this girl sitting in a drugstore 2 years after Corey's funeral, well, naturally I had to figure she was somebody who just happened to look a lot like her. I mean, wouldn't you? I wouldn't have been shocked if she'd just been sitting there at the counter drinking her coffee. But she was doing something that, well, I guess I'd seen Corey do 100 times. She was holding a spoon, upside down, dabbing little strokes with it on her napkin, like it was a paintbrush, drawing imaginary little pictures on it. And when she spoke to the counter man, it was with Corey's own sweet, familiar voice.
You let me have a check, please?
Sure. What'd you have?
Egg salad sandwich and coffee.
Okay, 50 cents, beautiful.
I guess I must have looked pretty strange standing there, staring at her, but I couldn't help myself.
You want something, buddy?
Huh? Oh, yeah, a cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee, coming up.
I couldn't take my eyes off her. I watched her pay the check, watched every movement she made, every step she took as she walked out of the door. And they were Corey's movements, Corey's steps, every one of them.
Kind of cute, huh?
What?
Nice-looking chick.
Does she come in here a lot?
Yeah, once in a while. She's one of the dames who works down the street at the dance hall. Here's your coffee.
Thanks, I don't want it. Here's your dime.
Huh? Oh, sure, Tiger.
I had to. A few doors away, there was an entrance lit up with a lot of neon and stuff saying it was a dance hall, and I saw her walk into it. I felt kind of funny about following her, but, well, somehow I couldn't do anything else. Inside, there was this sort of pink ceiling over a long flight of stone steps leading down into the dance hall. Well, I bought a ticket at a little booth at the bottom, and then I went into this big room where the music was playing. I didn't see her anywhere, but a bunch of other girls came running up to the railing and started calling out to me.
Come here, Sailor. I want to talk to you. It's you. You got a cigarette, Sailor?
Sure.
You always get the pretty one. What made you pick me, honey? May I ask you, Sailor? What made you pick me?
Oh, well,
I can't see very well to smoke this when it isn't lit. How about you dig down in your bell bottoms, honey, and bring a lady up a match?
I keep them up here in my breast pocket.
Well, good for you. Do you notice the sign over the entrance, honey? 50 girls, 50 gorgeous, exotic dancing partners.
Huh?
Well, of course, even when this joint is jumping, there's only 22 of us. But I mean the other part. Do you think I'm gorgeous and exotic, honey? Is that why you picked me?
Well, I don't think I know what you mean.
You know what gorgeous means, don't you?
Oh, sure.
Well, exotic means weird, honey. Strange. Come on, baby. Buy me some tickets. And while you're out there on the floor, hold me tight in your arms. You can tell me how exotic I am.
Oh, well, I really came in here looking for somebody else. She's about 5'3" and has light brown hair and blue eyes.
Just like half the girls in America. Besides, if you don't see her, she ain't here. Who told you she worked here anyway?
Here, this picture in my wallet. She looks like this girl.
No, somebody's kidding you. We ain't got nobody here looks like that.
Oh, but I saw her come in here.
Look, I ought to know. I've been working here for 4 years. I tell you, we got no girl like that. Now, why don't you just forget her and concentrate on me? Anything the matter with me?
Oh, no, it's just...
You bet there ain't. Now, don't you run away, sailor. I'm going in and powder my nose. And don't let any of these other dames latch on to you. And when I come back, I'll show you the way a patriotic lady treats the Navy.
She walked away. I began to figure maybe I was mistaken after all about seeing Corey or this girl coming in here, that maybe I'd lost her on the street, that it was somebody else I'd seen in the neon light. And I was just about to leave when I saw her again, sitting alone at a table in a half-darkened corner clear across the room. She was dressed different now in a sort of spangly silver gown that left her shoulders bare. She looked just like Corey did the night I took her to the McKendrick's ball. In a sort of a daze, I walked across the dance floor and over to the table where she was sitting. I guess she was thinking about something, because she didn't look up until I was just about standing next to her. Hi.
Hi, yourself.
I saw you upstairs at the drugstore.
Did you?
Yeah. She had a strange expression on her face. Kind of like I figured mine must have looked. Sort of surprised. Like she couldn't quite believe what she was seeing.
You know something? When I first looked up just now, it was almost like I knew you from somewhere. Knew you real well. You seemed to remind me of someone. I can't remember who. Isn't it a funny feeling, you know what I mean?
She told me to buy her some dance tickets at the little booth. Well, I did. Then I came back and I sat down with her at her table. I told her of how she reminded me so much of someone, too. I've got a photograph of her. I'll show it to you. There. That's Corey. Well, doesn't she look...
Yeah, she does.
I'm sorry about following you down here from the drugstore, but...
Oh, that's all right, Joey. You don't have to apologize. I understand.
How did you know my name?
What?
You called me by my name. How did...
Oh, is your name Joey?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, well, that's just a habit of mine. I call all sailors Joey till I get to know them a little.
How come?
Oh, I don't know. Just like that. Look, let's dance, huh?
Oh, well, I don't dance very well.
Oh, that's all right, Joey. Just hold me.
And then she took my hand in the same sweet, special way that Corey had 100 times, 1,000 times before. Gently, tenderly, with her fingers lightly laced in mine. I remembered that day more than 2 years ago, when I was standing, leaning against the outside wall of my house. My eyes were closed because the sun was bright, and my head was back because it was nice and warm on my neck. And while I was standing there, like that, Corey came over and quietly stood beside me that way, the same way, with her head back and all. And She gently took my hand and placed her fingers in mine. And she said, so softly that I almost couldn't hear her,
It must be lovely on the beach.
and I thought to myself, yeah, or on the dunes. And just as if she could read my mind, she said,
Or on the dunes.
and the next thing I remember, I was lying on a blanket in a hollow with sand knolls all around. And the sun was blazing hot. Nice, though. And Corey turned over on the blanket, put her face next to mine, and she said,
I love you, Joey. And when we're old enough, I want to marry you and have 3 children. And live in a nice little house. And have many friends and books to read and records on the phonograph. And I want to die with you in my arms.
and then she cried. I suddenly realized that I was holding this other girl in my arms. That we were dancing.
Where did you learn that step?
What?
The one you just did.
Well, I don't know. Just kind of like it.
Well, you said you couldn't dance.
Well, not very well, usually.
Seems to me we dance just fine together. Comfortable and easy. Like 2 people have...
Danced together a lot?
Yeah. You're not 21, are you?
No, 20.
Oh, you're supposed to be 21 to come in here.
Oh.
Oh, well, we won't tell them, will we? Truth is, I'm only 20 myself, but they don't know that.
Oh, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Gee, that's just the age Corey... I'm sorry. I just can't help it.
Oh, of course you can.
You're so much like her.
Oh, it's all right, Joey. I understand. You know, all the time we've been dancing, I've been lost in memories, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, but mine are funny and they're vague. I keep getting a certain picture in my mind that makes no sense.
What do you mean?
But I see myself with a boy, the one you remind me of, in a park.
Yeah?
It's very quiet, and the full moon lights up his face. But I can't figure out who he is. The picture's clear. We're standing together looking up at a statue. The strange thing is I don't seem to remember anything like that ever happening to me. I guess it did, but I just can't seem to remember.
But I could remember it. I could remember it very well. It was 2 years ago. And I was walking in Heatherton Park with Corey. There was a bright moon. Nobody else was there. Nobody in the whole park. And she stopped before the statue of Daniel Porter, who it said contributed more to the development of something or other than any other man in the state. She looked up at it, as if she were going to mention something about it. She said,
Dr. King says I'm not well.
and I could tell from the way she said it that it was serious. We walked through the park without saying another word. And the next day she went away to the sanitarium. And 3 months later she was dead.
Joey, what is it? What's wrong?
She was asking me what was wrong. It was impossible to tell her. I was frightened. I tried to tell myself that there were other parks, other statues, other moonlit nights, but somehow I knew.
Joey, you look pale. What's the matter with you?
Could we go back and sit down?
Sure, come on. Don't you feel well?
I'll be all right. That park you pictured in your mind, that statue?
Yeah?
You were standing with some fella looking up at a statue. Where was the moon? Low? Just over his shoulder? Was the moon sort of low in the sky like it was sitting there right over the shoulder of the statue?
I think it was.
Yeah.
How could you know that?
And were you holding his hand?
Yeah.
With your fingers locked in his like... And then suddenly I saw it. Cupped in her open palm. A small silver medallion that I'd made for Corey 3 years before. I cast it myself with a makeshift crucible and moles. She used to wear it on a chain. What is that? Where did you get that?
What?
That thing in your hand. Let me see it. Give it to me.
Joey, what are you...
Give it to me. I went across the table, grabbed it from her, but my hand struck against hers and she dropped it. Where is it? Where did it fall?
Joey.
It's too dark. I can't find it.
Oh, Joey.
Where did it go? Light! Give me some light!
Joey.
How did you get the medallion? How did you get it?
Medallion, I had a coin in my hand. What are you talking about?
There was no coin. Don't you think I can see?
Oh, what's the matter? This guy drunk?
No.
Will you turn some lights
Now,
on?
listen,
Mr.
pal.
Bailey, it's all right.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, Muriel, but better take it easy, sailor. We don't want no trouble here.
Oh, Joey, you don't know this place. You make any trouble and they'll...
What is this all about? What are you trying to do to me?
You listen to me for a minute.
What are you lying to me for? I saw it. I saw it in your hand.
Look, Joey, I mean it. You make any trouble or anything and they'll call the shore patrol. They will. Now, look, let's get out of here, okay? I'll turn in my tickets and change my clothes. We're not supposed to take dates out of here, so you go on up to that drugstore and wait for me. I'll meet you in a few minutes. After you're gone, I'll find it. I'll find what you're looking for.
So I went up to the drugstore and waited. I waited 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I waited half an hour. And I went into the phone booth and I called the dance hall. This is the sailor who was in there a little while ago.
So, what do you want?
I'd like to talk to that girl I was dancing with. You know the one I mean.
Girls can't come to the phone.
Why not?
Because they're working, that's why not.
This girl I was with, she...
Telling you they're all busy. Now get lost, will you?
Now, you listen to me, mister. I want you to put that girl on the phone and...
Look, sailor. Go stick your head in a pail someplace, will you, and cool off.
Hey! No, he won't. Get to the bottom of this. Be off the phone. Found her, and I'm not going to lose her. Find that guy. I'm not going to make him fool of me. There he is.
Hello, you back again?
Where is she?
Taking my advice, sailor.
Where is she?
What's the matter with you?
Is she still here?
Look, what are you making a stink for?
She said she'd meet me.
Who did?
This girl.
Which girl? What's her name?
It was... I don't know. She didn't tell me her name.
So the fuss of that, sailor?
This the one?
No.
Look, you see this guy in here?
Sure.
Who's he dancing with?
He wasn't dancing with nobody.
What?
I gave him a pitch, but he just walked over, sat down by himself at the back table in the corner. He just sat there staring at the table talk for about half an hour. Then he walked out.
What are you?
You remember me, don't you, honey? You gave me a cigarette.
What do you tell me you were dancing with somebody for?
What's the matter with you? You came over to our table. Remember, I was looking for something.
You're looking for something, all right. In just about a minute, you're going to get it. Now, pack up, you hear me?
Now, here. You see this?
It's a picture of some dame. He showed it to me. He keeps saying she works here. I think he's cracked or something.
You got the wrong place. She don't work here. Let's go.
I'm telling you, I was sitting with her, dancing with her. Where are you? Are you down here? Where are you?
You're really asking for it, boy. You know that, don't you?
Get your hands off me. I said get your hands off me.
Okay, buddy. That's just about enough of
You done this. I came to the next morning in sick bay on the ship. I couldn't do anything but lay there and think about this girl. I told the ship's doctor about it.
You've been under a great strain lately, Joey. I'm going to recommend that your duties be suspended for a few days at least.
You want me to stay here?
Yes,
In sick bay?
that's right.
What do you think, I'm crazy or something? You want to keep an eye on me?
I said you've been under a strain, that's all. I don't think you've ever really gotten over the shock of Corey's passing away. You've been thinking a lot about her lately, haven't you?
I mean in these last weeks, before you even saw this other girl in the drugstore.
Yes, I have.
Well, isn't it possible that you simply wanted her back so much that
my imagination was playing tricks on me?
Something like that, yes. I want you to stay right there in that bed.
Well, I lay there for about a week. I guess I was just about convinced that's the way it was. I mean, it was the only thing I could think of that seemed to explain everything. Well, one day they told me I could get up, and they brought me my clothes. And then I found a silver medallion in one of my shoes. That's where it must have fallen when she dropped it. There was no question about it. It was the one I had made for Corey. At her funeral, at the reception, I had been the last one in line to look at her. I'd reached into the coffin and placed the medallion in her sweet, cool hand and gently curled her fingers over it. And then they closed the lid. I never told that to the ship's doctor. Do you think I should have?
Suspense. You've been listening to The Silver Shoe, written especially for Suspense by Robert Reddick. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Heard in tonight's story were William Mason, Tony Darnay, Dick Heath, Rita Lloyd, Gertrude Warner, and Ralph Camargo. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction by Michael Shoskis. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Listen again next week when we return with Pages from a Diary, written by Virginia Boland and starring Jim and Henny Backus. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Think of what my parents would say if they could see their daughter at this moment, alone in John's bedroom. I have the right. I must learn what I can about what happened. What drew him away from me? I think he loved me, but there were times when he hated me. So I've cast my inhibitions to the winds. I waited as long as I could for an answer to whatever happened. I've let myself in and found what I was looking for. John's diary. I've always known he kept one. Maybe he told it what he never would have told me. He used to tell me everything. I find proof another woman meant more to him than I. When did he start acting so strangely? April. Yes, April, I think. Here is the first entry for that month. Something is wrong with me lately. I am not feeling very well. Actually, that is a ridiculous statement. For physically, I am as fit as can be.
Living as I do here on the farm, half out of doors, sleeping like a log. Eating the good country food my house beekeeper prepares so carefully for me. How could anything go wrong with the solid and well-constructed machine that is my body? No, it is something deeper and less tangible than that. It's very hard to put into words. What I'm most conscious of is a division within myself, a conflict of desires and emotions. I find myself wanting to do something and yet not wanting to do it at the same time. Last night, that business of Janet, I was freshening up with the usual anticipation that I always feel when I'm going to see her, when suddenly I experienced the most positive reaction against going to her house. My whole system stiffened with revolt against the idea. And for a moment, I found myself actually disliking her. No, let me be completely honest, actually hating her. Now, this doesn't make sense. She is my darling, and without her, my life would be empty and worthless to me. Of course, I overrode that ridiculous feeling and walked across the knoll to her place anyway. But somehow the evening was spoiled. I didn't feel the same unalloyed pleasure in the company that I always do. Part of me was at peace and at home, as I always am, and the other part wanted to rush away, to be free of her. And since I did not indulge that strange whim, just sat there being hateful and critical of her. It makes no sense. There are other times, too, when I feel this inner conflict. I'm torn two ways about so many things lately. I must get a grip on myself. Pull myself together. May 3rd. How can I feel sorry for people who feel a hammer beating in their brains? In my brain, there are two hammers beating constantly. When they beat together in rhythm, I find I can endure it. But when they start their counterpoint, hitting out in opposition to each other, sometimes I feel as if I'm two different people, constantly warring with each other. My body is a battleground, and two personalities inside me are contending for supremacy. May 5th. This horrible war in me is still raging. Neither character will reconcile with the other. For every impulse I feel to do something or say something, there is a counter-impulse against it. Nothing is clear, simple, and uncomplicated anymore. Torn in two directions, any action becomes difficult. A struggle to complete. I just cannot decide things. May 21st. I am two people. I can feel it so plainly now. Why did I never recognize that fact before? I suppose that in some measure it is true of all of us, that we are divided personalities, but I never thought it could be this strong. The two inhabitants of my physical shell refuse to be still. They are constantly fighting. In my brain, the two hammers are always at it. They beat out the minutes of my life in fearful opposition, as if each one were struggling to force its rhythm upon my pulse and heartbeat. I suppose one is probably good and one bad. That is usually so. With me, which is which? I'm so confused, I can't tell the difference. Whichever one is in the ascendancy seems to me the most desirable self, the leader my body must follow. June 4th. Oh, I'm exhausted by the struggle of trying to unite the two oppositions within me. Why do I bother to struggle this way? What difference does it make? There must be some instinctive idea of morality that cautions me that this double feeling is wrong. A primitive conception that only in singleness of purpose, unity of idea and desire is so strong. Do I harm anyone besides myself? Is there any possible menace to Janet in this situation within me? I am afraid and ashamed, and sometimes of the violent reactions that I have against her. July 9th. Today I just drifted, too weary to hold my cells in check. That gave them a good chance to fight over me. Fatigue gives them the opportunity they're looking for, I think. And lately I've been unable to sleep. We had another division of interest. I'd been doing the farm accounts all day and my eyes were very tired. Yet one of me stubbornly insisted upon poring over some old manuscripts my dealer had sent from out of town. I had the eerie feeling that part of me sat at a desk reading while the other one lay back on the couch with his eyes closed, idly playing with the dog. July 25th. What would Janet say if she knew how we felt about her? I know that my erratic behavior is causing her unhappiness, but how can I explain this thing? One of us loves her so deeply, so surely. There's no joy in life for me without her. And then sometimes I hate her so viciously, so fiercely that I would like to kill her. August 7th. We did it again today. I have decided that I am definitely two people. My body was tired from the outdoor work, but my eyes went into town to see a movie. It was very strange since I had not thought to send my ears along. I watched the actors mouthing on the screen, no sound emerging from their lips, like an old silent picture but without the title. Next time I must remember to send my ears. Though I tried hard at the time, I find I cannot just wish them there and have it happen. If two parts of me are to go away, they must travel together at the same time. You realize what I have just written? I'm accepting this phenomenon as if it were natural and going to continue, as if I were going to spend the rest of my life with a part of me in one place and parts in another, devising ways to make it more practical and convenient. What strange and hard kind of madness is possessing me. August 21st. If I am to be capable of this trick, that of sending parts of me off on some errand or another while other parts sit quietly at home, I'm resolved it shall be profitable. Now, last evening there was a symphony in New York. And instead of subjecting myself to the fatiguing journey into town, I sent my ears off by themselves to enjoy it. The music never seemed better to me. Apparently there can be such concentration of that one sense or organ that is by itself as to produce the maximum sensitivity and awareness. The little experiment almost had an embarrassing repercussion, however. Mrs. Wilkes, my housekeeper, came in to tell me something. And it suddenly occurred to me that I would not be able to hear what she was saying, so I quickly pretended that I was asleep. Perhaps not quickly enough, though, because the look she gave me that I saw through my partly closed eyes was peculiar. September 1st. I've been continuing my experiments. Really, this has its elements of advantageousness. Now, last night was rather fun. While the rest of me stayed at home to watch, my hands and arms went out and rang doorbells. It worked wonderfully. Unlike small boys at Halloween, I didn't have to run away for fear of detection. My arms simply concealed themselves in the bushes. And then when the house occupants came to the door, there was no one in sight, of course. Just before I went home, my hands and arms went home. They rang her bell. The confused look on her face when she realized that there was no one there was very funny. I shook with this inward laughter. September 11th. I haven't seen her recently. I've been too busy making my investigations of myself, of my two selves. Besides, one of us gets violent every time we are around her. She does something internally shattering to me, to part of me, just to be in the same room with her. It is as if she were unconsciously trying to exercise something inside of me. Damn her, what right has she to interfere? I intend to live as I please, and I will not be criticized. If she persists, I shall have to find some means of separating her life from mine. September 13th. My housekeeper has left. Does she find me strange? Is it beginning to show? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. I can cook well enough for myself. I'm not very hungry either. I am certainly not eating for two. September 21st. I feel better this week. I've been continuing with my experiments. It is a strange but positive kind of pleasure. I have a feeling of such incredible power, a strength double that of others. I am two people. I can feel it so plainly now. Why did I never recognize that fact before? I suppose that in some measure it is true of all of us, that we are divided personalities, but I never thought it could be this strong. The two inhabitants of my physical shell refuse to be still. They're constantly fighting. In my brain, the two hammers are always at it. They beat out the minutes of my life in fearful opposition, as if each one were struggling to force its rhythm upon my pulse and heartbeat. I suppose one is probably good and one bad. That is usually so. With me, which is which? I'm so confused, I can't tell the difference. Whichever one is in the ascendancy seems to me the most desirable self, the leader my body must follow. September 29th. I must keep away from Janet. I'm likely to do her harm. Last night we both went out to see her. Part of me was lonely, wanted to be warmed by her personality. I've seen very little of her these past 3 months. And the other part just sat there hating her. I finally had to leave abruptly when I found my hands wanting to fasten themselves on her long white throat. And no matter how I tried, I could not fight down the desire to strangle her. October 11th. Most of my trouble is at night. I find that my thoughts become so absorbed with her chiefly after dark. So that is the time when I must be most careful to find myself these dual occupations. All the work gets done around here at night. The animals are baffled, poor Pete. I exercised the mare in the moonlight last night, but left my head at home. October 17th. I am worried and very frightened. Tonight, Janet nearly came to great harm. I was tired and a bit careless. I wanted to sleep for a change. So, while I lay in bed, still half awake, my hands and arms went away over to her house. I was almost asleep before I realized what was happening, and I sprang up shaking with apprehension. All I could do to cover my body sufficiently to make the trip without my hands. And I got to her house just in time, I imagine. My hands and arms were already in her room. And what they were going to do, I don't know. But I know they were going to do her some damage, and I had a deep feeling that it was very fortunate that I had been no later than I was. She woke up then and almost screamed. What was I doing in her house, in her room, at such an hour? October 23rd. Today I find I am filled with hate for Janet. How I hate her. She is destroying me this way. It is no longer possible for me to even pretend to enjoy myself. She is limiting my action, my freedom. All I do is work, so as to be too busy to go near her. But I want to go near her, to see her, to be with her. Why does she have to hold me back this way? November 22nd. Tonight I am desperate. I have left my hands and arms at home. They are the most dangerous to her. I found that out. The instructions are to go on writing in this diary. The rest of me is out walking at this moment down the old road over towards the trestle. As I walk, my hands are to continue to report what the rest of me is doing. It seems to be working. I have the knowledge that these lines are appearing in the book. how black the night is and how cold. The road is full of ruts, and these are covered with ice. Every now and then I slip a little as I walk. I must be more careful. Ahead of me, I can see the faint outline of the railroad bridge as it crosses the gap between the two hills. How tall the supports for the tracks are. The drop must be a couple of 100 feet at least. I think I'll climb out on it just to see how it feels. It'll give me something to do with myself. Something is happening to me. My hands at home are refusing to write. They fumble. They're putting down the pen, making a spot on the paper. What are they doing? They're no longer following my instructions. Here I am, idiot-like, out in the exact middle of a railroad trestle while my hands are seeking to destroy her. That girl whom I so love and that they hate. That part of me hates. Quickly, turn around, go back. One foot in front of another, no looking down. You remember that from when you were a kid, too. Now, wait a minute. Easy. You almost slipped then. There's ice on the rails. You could only hurry so much if you were to arrive at all. If only I can get there in time. Now, if I try very hard, concentrate beyond all the powers of my brain, perhaps I can project myself into the place where my hands are. Oh, it's no use. I cannot do it. All I can accomplish is this icy fear, this foreknowledge of disaster. Something about my hands and her throat. Oh, Janet, darling. I'm coming. I'm making haste.
November 23rd. I won't pretend that I understand completely, but I know a little more after reading John's diary. There's no use talking about it now. It's all over. Finished. Life is finished in a way for me, too. John is dead, and without him... They found his body this morning in his study. And here in his bedroom, these words that raise more questions than they answer. I had a nightmare last night. I thought I was being strangled, choked to death by two powerful hands that hated me with a live and vengeful hate. I tried to cry out, but those two hands cut off all sound that I could make. I felt myself slipping away, dying. And then, suddenly, I felt a crash somewhere, far off. And just as suddenly, the hands withdrew from my throat. My breath came back, slowly. I remember hearing the clock downstairs strike. It must have awakened me. Because I heard its four notes, one after the other. They say that John must have died about 4 o'clock, maybe a little before. I must remember to keep this scarf around my neck at the funeral. Keep it high and well tucked in. Otherwise, the purplish bruises on my throat will show.
Suspense. You've been listening to Pages from a Diary, starring Jim and Henny Backus, and written especially for Suspense by Virginia Voland. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Listen again next week, when we return with another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act 1 of The Lost Ship, written especially for Suspense by Erwin Lewis.
sharp curve ahead, Harry. Be careful.
Don't worry, I see it. That was a close one.
Harry, you hear something?
What?
Sounds like a siren. Harry, it does sound like a siren, doesn't it?
Shut up. Let me listen. Yeah, I think you're right.
Maybe it's the police.
How could it be? We lost some hours ago.
I don't know, but it's getting louder.
Can't take any chances. We better get off this main road fast. Yeah, that looks like a cutoff.
Oh, but it leads straight across the desert. It isn't much of a road.
No time to be choosy. Hang on.
Much more of this.
We can't get back. Those police might be patrolling the highway. We'll wait until dark.
Oh, can't you slow down? I'm getting sick.
It's just a little longer, honey. I want to put as much distance between us and the highway as possible.
What happened?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
What is it?
Broken spring.
Oh, what do we do now?
Well, we can't stay here. Grab the bag and let's go.
Oh, where?
We're on a road of some sort. It's got to lead someplace. Let's try those hills.
What about the suitcase?
Leave it in the car. This little bag is all the luggage we need.
A lot of good it'll do us out here.
Where there's a road, there's bound to be a house of people. What's in this bag talks any language. Come on, let's go. Walk any faster.
I'm trying, Harry, but these rocks are killing me. Oh, I've got to rest a minute.
All right. Here, sit on my jacket.
I'll get it all dirty.
So what? We'll buy 1,000 jackets once we hit the border. Sit down.
Oh, what a relief. What's so hot? What's that?
That sounds like a coyote. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Harry, I'm scared.
Now, don't go hysterical.
Well, aren't you frightened? Even a little?
Sure I am. Down to my shoes.
Oh, we must have been crazy.
There's 50,000 arguments in this little bag to prove we're not crazy.
We'll spend the rest of our lives running.
Once we get to Mexico, we'll stop running.
But we're leaving our home, our friends, everything and everybody we know. Is it worth it?
What are we giving up? A stinking two-room flat with peeling paint and crawling roaches this big? You won't miss that for a minute. You think I enjoyed standing in that teller's cage, handing out money all day long to little people who had no more right to it than I did?
They weren't stealing.
But now, don't go moral on me. Listen, I'm past 40. A man gets to that age, he gets tired wanting things and not being able to afford them. Hey, isn't that smoke up there?
Where?
Over to the right, between those two hills. Sure it is. That's chimney smoke. I'll bet there's a house up there. Come on, Viola.
Well, hiya, folks. Kind of off the tourist trail, ain't you?
We were wondering.
No sense wandering outside. Come in, make yourselves comfortable. Yeah, your car broke down, huh?
Why do you say that?
Well, nobody'd walk here if they could ride. Yeah, and take a look at your shoes. Lady, I'll bet your feet are full of blisters.
You're so right.
Well, take off your shoes and sit down by the fire. I'll poke it up. Starting to get nippy now. The sun's gone down.
Oh, thank you.
I was fixing myself some supper. Pork and beans. Be mighty proud if you'll join me.
Thank you, Mr.
Townley, Pete Townley.
I'm Harry Turner, and this is Mrs. Turner.
I'm pleased to meet you. I'll open another can of beans. Ain't much, but it's filling.
You live here all alone, Mr. Townley?
Pete, ma'am, no sense being formal. Yep, I live here all by my lonesome. Going on 20 years, I reckon.
20 years?
You ever have visitors?
Oh, once in a while. Expecting a neighbor of mine. Let's see now. Day after tomorrow.
Neighbor?
Yeah, Sam Higgins. Lives about 40 miles from here. Drops in regular, twice a year.
What do you do about supplies, food and things?
Well, I got a Jeep in the back. I use it to go to town once a month for supplies.
A Jeep?
Yeah. Guess you didn't see it coming up here. I'll drive into town first thing in the morning and get Bill Jenkins from the garage to come out and fix up your car.
Can't you go right now?
By the time I get back, it'd be pitch dark. No, better wait till tomorrow. Well, let's see if the beans is... Oh, say, they sure are. Yeah, I hope you don't mind 10 plates. Yeah, well, let's dig in. I think those beans are pretty good. Either you folks care for any more?
No, thank you.
No, thank you, Peter. Here, I'll give you a hand with the dishes.
No, don't bother, ma'am. Won't take more in a minute.
I'd like to get that Jeep and take off right now.
We couldn't do that. He's a nice old man.
I don't like spending the whole night here.
It's safe enough.
Here, let me know when you folks is ready to hit the hay. I'll bunk down in the shed and back.
Oh, no, we wouldn't think of putting you to such trouble.
Oh, don't worry about it, ma'am. I can sleep anywhere, anytime. Besides, that bed ain't much softer than the floor.
Pete, don't you ever get lonely living here by yourself?
No, I like it like this, just me and the hills. I spent nearly 30 years prospecting for gold. Didn't find much, but enough so as I can buy a little food and a few other things they need every now and then. So why look for more? Now, most folks dream about a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Well, I got that too, waiting for me over in the hills and the desert out there.
I guess that's what you call a great beyond, huh?
Oh, shucks, no. I don't mean when I'm dead. I'm talking about a real pot of gold, bigger than anything you ever seen or dreamed of, probably.
In the desert?
I don't understand. What is in the desert?
A ship, ma'am. A great Spanish galleon, and it rides the sand dunes of the desert like it was sailing the seas again.
A ship in the desert? That's impossible.
I'll tell you how it was, son. There's a legend that hundreds of years ago a Spanish ship come sailing up the Gulf of California, having come from Mexico or Peru or one of them other South American places, and as it was sailing up right close to shore, a huge storm come along, followed by a tremendous tidal wave, which swept it clean onto the desert. Must have been the granddaddy of all waves, I reckon. Well, after many years, the waters went back, leaving the ship high and dry, miles from the Gulf or the river that feeds into it. In a couple of 100 years, the shifting sands have buried it, of course. But sometimes, when the wind blows up just right, it blows away a lot of the sand, and you can see the upper deck of that old ship from the top of that hill, just over there. According to the legend, too, the hold of that ship is just jam full of treasure.
What a lovely story.
A pretty fairy tale for children and old men.
Harry, that's not a nice thing to say.
That's all right, ma'am. Of course, he's right. But it is a pretty fairy tale. Just so happens this fairy tale is true.
What is it, Viola?
Come over here. I want to show you something.
Now, what are you so excited about?
I was straightening out things in the cabin after you left. I found these.
Coins?
Yes, but what kind? Gold coins. And look at the words on them. Onza de Oro. That sounds Spanish, doesn't it? And look how old they are.
Let me see. There's a date on this one, 1542.
What kind of coins are they, Harry?
Seen some like them at an exhibit. They're Spanish doubloons. Where would Pete get them?
Don't you remember his story last night?
What, the Spanish galleon? Don't be ridiculous.
All right. How do you explain them?
I can't. No, it's impossible. Pete.
What's up, son?
My wife found these in the cabin. Where did they come from?
Oh, them things. I reckon they come from the ship.
What do you mean?
Well, some years ago, a young fella come staggering in from the desert. He was in pretty bad shape. Hadn't had food or water for days, it seemed like. I tried to fix him up, but he was too far gone. But before he died, he moaned something about finding a ship out in the desert. I found them coins in his pocket.
I don't believe a word you're saying. You're either crazy or the biggest liar I've ever met.
Harry.
Son, if you're so all-fired skeptical, why don't you climb that hill and take a look for yourself? Now, the wind seems to be coming up kind of strong. You might be lucky. In fact, I got an old pair of field glasses you can take along. But, son, if you do see the ship, for your own sake, don't let it give you any fool ideas.
Harry, I can't climb another foot.
You're almost to the top. Here, grab my hand. There. Now, just a few more feet. You made it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now that we're here, what? I can't see a thing with the wind blowing sand in my face.
I doubt if there is anything to see. That doubtery old man tells us a fairy tale and we buy it. All we'll get for our troubles is our lungs full of desert.
Why did I let you talk me into climbing up here? Look at my dress.
Yeah, might as well head back. That old man... Wait a minute. The wind is dying down. Take a look through these glasses. Yeah, still can't see a blasted thing but sand and sagebrush.
Did you see something?
Can't tell for sure. I'd like to get a better focus. Viola!
What is it, Harry?
I don't believe it.
What, Harry?
I see a broken mast and a part of a hull buried in the sand. Viola, the old man was right. There is a ship out there in the desert.
Well, I kind of thought you might see it. Haven't seen it myself in a spell. Figured it was about time for it to show up again.
It was there, just like you said it would be.
You've known it's there all this time, and yet you never went to look for it?
Well, like I told you, son. What for?
Because of the gold. All right, you do what you want. I'm going after that ship.
No, that ain't sensible, son.
Why not? I could see it clearly. It isn't far from here.
Distances are deceiving in the desert. That ship's a lot further than it looks. And that's mighty rough country out there. It's easy to get lost. And if you run out of water, you're finished. And chances are, by the time you got to where you think the ship is, a sandstorm will come up and bury it under tons of sand again. You better forget it.
Not on your life. Your Jeep is equipped with sand tires. It has gas, water, tools. That's all I need.
Ma'am, I surely think it ain't smart. You ought to try to talk him out of it.
Harry, maybe it is too dangerous.
What's the danger? Because Pete can't get up enough energy to drive a few minutes into the desert to make a fortune?
What about the other man who found the ship and died?
I don't know anything about him, and I don't care. There's gold in that ship. I'm going to get it.
But why? We have enough now. You said so yourself.
How can you compare 50,000 to what could be in that ship? And the gold's probably only part of it. Those old Spanish galleons used to come home with their hulls bulging with Inca and Mayan treasures. By God, Viola, we can be rich. We can be rich. We can make a deal with the bank, return the 50,000, and go scot-free.
But you'd be risking your life.
It's worth it. I'm taking the Jeep. You'll see, I'll be back before night.
Now, I've seen what the desert does to people who know it, son. A tenderfoot like you ain't got a chance.
Thanks for the advice, Pete, but I'm going.
Oh, no, Harry, wait. Listen to me.
Let go, Viola.
Pete, stop him, please.
Yeah, your wife's right, son. You ain't thinking clear. At least wait until you can get a well-organized party together.
I haven't got time. Now, get out of my way, Pete.
I can't let you go alone, son. You'll never come back.
Get out of my way!
No, you don't.
Come on, don't get stuck now. It can't be much further. The rear wheels are stuck in the sand. Maybe I can slip something underneath. The sun is strong. Yeah, the wheel has dug itself a nice little hole. Well, there's a shovel in the Jeep. If I jam it up against the tire, maybe I... here it is. Now, if I just... I don't know, what's over that ridge? Looks like some sort of structure. Can't be a house. Who could live out here? I better take a look. Pete was right when he said distances would deceive me. The top of this ridge looked like it was within a few yards of the Jeep, but I seemed to be walking forever. The way the heat waves make the air shimmer, I'm not even sure where I am. I'm getting to the top. Now, let's find out just what I saw. Here comes that wind again. Gotta get the sand out of my eyes. That's better. Now, it's the hull of a ship. Yes, this is what I saw from the hill. Look at her buried in the sand with little more than part of the top deck visible. But it's a ship, all right. Look at the carvings on the rail. I wonder if it's safe to walk on. Yeah, it seems solid enough. Yeah, there's something inscribed in the railing. Santa Carlotta. I found the ship. I found it. Harry, keep calm. This is only half the battle. You don't know if the hull is filled with sand or what. Now, let's look for a hatch. Find a hatch and open it. It'll lead to the interior. Clear away the sand. Hey, I hit something. I gotta dig the sand away. I gotta find out what I hit. Come on now, boy. The sun is beginning to set. There's not much time left. I was right. It is a hatch. Now to get it open. Oh, it's jammed. I can't budge it. Wait a minute. Pry it open with a shovel. Right. I can feel it giving. It's coming up. Get my hand underneath the edge. That's it. That's it. Now my other hand. No, if I can just lift it. I got it. Now, just prop it up with the shovel. That's it. It's dark down there. I can't see. Wait a minute. Here's the top of a ladder. Wonder if it'll hold me. Made it down here. It's a long way up. I can just barely see the hatch opening. Looks like I'm in some sort of passageway. I can't see much now. My cigarette lighter. It looks like a door. Open it. Furniture. Table. Looks like charts on the walls. Something over in the corner. Can't make out what it is. Looks white. Seems to glisten a little. Wonder what it is. Oh! It's a skull. Scared the life out of me. What was your name, Butcher? Was it Yorick? You come riding in on this ship when she hit the desert 400 years ago? Take it easy. Take it easy, Harry. Don't lose your nerve now, boy. Well, the wind seems to be getting stronger. Maybe I'd better go back and get some help. No, not until I find what I came for. Hey, you, Yorick. Maybe you can tell me. Where's the treasure, huh? Maybe you were left here to guard it, huh? Don't talk. All right, let's take a look. Another door. Duck. Come on. Here we are. Black as night in there. Well, let's see what Yorick was guarding. Wish I brought a flashlight. This lighter doesn't help much. Oh. What's this? Looks like some sort of chest. Chest! Okay, now to see what's inside. Mother in heaven. Can't be real. Gold, jewels, diamonds, a chest full. I found it! Oh, what a magnificent sight. Coins, jewels. Fill my pockets, cram them in. Come on. Wait. There's a burlap bag in the Jeep. I'll get that. Oh, Viola, Pete. What do you say when I come staring and carrying this magnificent fortune? Can't hold any more. Gotta get back to the Jeep. Oh, so long, Europe. Don't be sad. I'll be back. The flame is getting low in the lighter. Well, I won't need it much longer. What is that? The wind isn't so loud. Where's the ladder to the hatchway? So dark. Oh. Wait a minute, what is this? The shovel. Oh, the wind blew the hatch down. Well, that's all right. I'll just climb up and force it open. Here's a ladder. There's a ladder. Now, here's the hatch. Now, let's get it open and get back to the Jeep. Seems to be stuck. I think it's giving a little. I have to rest a minute. Catch my breath. The wind is really getting strong out there. Wind. Sand. Oh, my God, it'll blow the sand on the deck. It'll cover the hatch. Pile it up. Tons and tons of sand. I've got to get the hatch open now. Push harder, Harry. Push harder. I can't get it open. I've got to get it open. Pull it up. Please, have God open the hatch.
Suspense. You've been listening to The Lost Ship, written especially for Suspense by Erwin Lewis. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Heard in tonight's story were Matt Cooper, Gene Gillespie, and Bill Adams. Music supervision by Ethel Hubert. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction by Fred Turner. This is Stuart Metz speaking. Listen again next week when we return with another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. 3 times each weekday, share a woman's world with Betty Furness on the CBS radio.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act 1 of The Death of Alexander Jordan, featuring Connie Lemke, William Mason, Edgar Staley, and Paul McGrath, and written especially for Suspense by Hector Chevigny.
Oh, come on. You're expecting somebody? Who is it?
Well, it's Mr. Rutledge.
Rutledge?
Uncle Alex had me phone him last night and ask him to be here this morning.
What for?
You'll have to ask Uncle Alex.
Yeah, and he'll tell me, I suppose. Fine thing. Here I am, his own nephew, and I'm the last to know he sent for his lawyer at a time like this. It's about his will. What else? What's he going to do about it?
Ramsey, I have to finish straightening up here before Mr. Rutledge gets here. Now go take care of the chicken.
I want to know what he's going to do.
Who says I know?
But he told you. Now, come on, here.
Break my wrist again, and this time I'll tell how it happened, Ramsey Jordan.
I said give.
We aren't to worry about not getting the farm.
Is that all he told you?
Isn't that the main thing?
All right. You just told me that from the start.
Oh, there he is. Now go take care of the chickens, will you?
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Martha.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Rutledge. Come in.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about the looks of the house.
Well, it looks all right to me. Anyway, I imagine you had your hands full. How is he today?
No, about the same. I do hope he pulls out of it.
Well, Martha, you know his age.
Just the same, I can hope. It's been so wonderful to me.
Well, if I may say so, you might think of yourself, too, Martha. You look pretty done in.
No, I'll be all right.
Has Ramsey been of any help to you?
Yeah. Yeah, excuse me.
Sure.
Mr. Rutledge is here, Uncle Alex.
All right.
Step in.
Thanks. Well, what are you doing in bed, Mr. Jordan? There's work to be done on this farm.
Oh, don't talk hardy, Rutledge. Sit down. Martha?
Yes, Uncle Alex.
I think I'll have something to eat after all.
Ah, wonderful. What would you like?
Well, I'll leave it to you. I know you'll fix me something nice. Rutledge and I won't be more than half an hour.
All right, Uncle Alex.
Doc Rogers says it was my heart, Rutledge.
Yes, I know.
Well, I hope he knows what he's talking about. Anyway, I'm 82. I can't live forever. Want to change my will, Rutledge. I want everything left to Martha.
Martha?
Put it all in her name. The cash, the farm, everything. I didn't fully appreciate Martha. When she and Ramsey first came to work for me, I'd have done it this way then. Ramsey just sell out and lose the money. You won't care one bit that these 100 beautiful acres have belonged to the Jordans for 100 years. I want Martha to go on having a roof over her head. She's promised me she won't sell, and I know she won't.
Well, what did Ramsey say to this?
I haven't told him. And I told Martha not to. She shouldn't be put in that position. You tell them when the time comes, and you say it was my doing, and that she knew nothing about it.
Okay, Mr. Jordan.
Now, one more thing. And don't argue with me, Rutledge. I don't want to be told I'm silly. I know I probably am. As you know, the cemetery is just the other side of my birchwood acreage, and our family crypt is right there at the edge. Not a quarter mile from this house.
Yes?
Well, when they put me in the crypt, I want you to see to it that between my fingers is a button. An electric button hooked to wires leading to this house and to a bell. A great big bell that nobody can miss hearing.
Why?
Why? When I was a boy, Rutledge, I used to hear talk about people being thought dead when they weren't. And, well, that sort of...
But nowadays,
I
Mr.
don't
Jordan...
care about nowadays. What I heard as a boy has always haunted me. I used to have nightmares about waking up in a coffin and yelling for help until the air gave out. And, well, for the past couple of days, the thought has been unbearable. I'll die easy if you do like I say.
All right, Mr. Jordan, I'll do it. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah, thanks. And I want a full week to pass before it's decided I'll never ring that bell. 7 days. The will's not to be probated until then. Martha understands. She's promised. For that week, she won't get out of earshot of the bell, which is good enough for me.
When do you want Ramsey to know that he won't be the one to inherit?
No, I'm glad you brought that up. When the 7 days are up, and not before. He'll be crazy mad, and I don't want him giving Martha more than she has to think about until it's absolutely certain I won't be back.
Hey, driver. Driver, you're supposed to be taking us home now. The funeral's over. Step it up. No, Martha, cut it out. Did you do enough of that in the church and afterwards?
There were some people sorry that your uncle had to go, Ramsey.
Now, look, Rutledge, I wasn't talking to you.
All I said was...
I heard what you said, and it's an insult. I was as fond of my uncle as anybody. Why do you suppose I've been working like a dog for him the past 5 years? You think it was just in hopes of inheriting everything? You're mistaken. After working like a dog the way I did to find out I have to wait a week for the final word. Well, a great lawyer you are to allow my uncle to make a will like that. And that silly business of the bell. Well, that bill isn't going into the house till I say so. Now, you understand?
It's probably already in.
What?
I told the electricians to install it and string the wires during the funeral.
Now, look here.
Oh, stop it, Ramsey. Mr. Rutledge has only done what Uncle Alex wanted, and he's been very kind. Thank you for everything, Mr. Rutledge.
Well, that's all right. I've been happy to do what I could.
Well, I still say that bell business is silly. And any lawyer that will... Well, it's silly. And expensive. Stringing those wires and everything will... Well, it'll cost at least $50. $50 of my dough. As if anybody could get that uncle of mine to spend an extra dime when he was alive. You know, I nearly laughed out loud when the preacher told how generous he was. Oh, generous. Well, he was just like all the Jordans. I'm the only one who was any different. Now, you take my Aunt Bessie. Now, her coffin's on the right when you walk into the family crypt. That's something else. The crypt. Well, I mean, it must cost something to keep it up. You know how much, Rutledge?
It was paid in advance years ago, Ramsey.
Oh, it was. Well, in that case, all those coffins on the rack. What a place. It gives me the creeps. You know, I just couldn't wait for that preacher to finish so I could get out of there. Oh. Well, we're home.
Now, look, Ramsey, if I were you, I'd see to it that Martha gets a chance to rest a while.
Now, Rutledge, will you quit telling me what to do? Well, come on, Martha. Don't just sit there, change your clothes.
In a minute, Ramsey.
Now, I'm going to want lunch pretty quick. I'm going to tell those electricians to make it snappy, too. Tramping back and forth, making a big thing out of putting up a few wires. What? Oh, for the love of Mike.
What's the matter?
Well, now, look up there. They put that bell right here in our bedroom.
This is where I promised Uncle Alex we'd put it.
Oh,
it's supposed to be where we can hear it night and day, isn't it?
Well, we'll hear that one. You know, I wonder if maybe there's a chance he'll come to push that button. Martha, what do you think?
You know as well as I do what to think.
Well, he's just mean enough to. Oh, you're right. I'm talking like a fool, ain't you? Holy, coming back, will you? Martha, you don't think that...
Ramsey, no, it's those electricians testing us something.
Uncle Alexander's bell, yeah. Of course, yeah. I'm just jumpy, I guess. Well, what I'd like to know is I'm going to get any sleep for the next 7 nights, waiting for that bell to go off.
Here's your coffee.
All right, put it down.
You know, Ramsey, you might say thank you once in a while.
Listen, you don't know what kind of a night I put in. You slept.
Why didn't you?
Oh, shut up and make me some toast.
You will ask for it politely, Ramsey.
Oh, what?
I said you...
Now, what's gotten into you?
There'll be no more of this telling me to shut up, that's all.
Oh, for the love of Mike. Can't you see that I'm in no shape for an argument?
Well, who was he?
Who was who?
Man you were showing around the place today?
He just wanted to see it.
Pretty obliging. Took the whole afternoon and you did absolutely nothing about irrigating the vegetables. They need it.
All right. If you must know, he is willing to pay $40,000 for this farm.
Oh, he is? Huh?
Yes, he is. And he's got it, too. He represents one of the biggest firms of its kind in this part of the country. He proved it.
What kind of firm?
Well, they're in the business of buying up farm properties.
Well, where'd you meet him?
Well, he just drove up. They're on their toes, that firm. They watch death notices all over the country.
Well, I'm not selling.
What?
I'm not selling for $40,000 or $50,000 or any other sum.
Oh, you're a fool and always were.
Say what you like. This roof is staying over my head. You never had $40,000, anything like it, because you never worked that hard and because you always thought yourself such an operator. You thought you'd be so smart the time you had as much as $500, and look what happened.
Oh, so at last you admit you have no faith in me.
No, I do not.
Yes.
Not one bit.
Yes, and you never had. And that's been the trouble. Yeah, how can a guy amount to anything when his wife has no faith in him?
I had it once.
Oh, no, you didn't. You never had.
I did, too. I had it until I learned better.
Oh, now, wait a minute. Now, just hold everything. What you said a minute ago. What do you mean you aren't selling?
Well, I meant...
Yeah?
I meant I'm not going to let you if I can help it.
Yeah, well, that'd better be all you meant.
Oh, darling, listen. Don't you see? We got a wonderful thing in the Jordan place. A wonderful thing. Your man himself said it's worth all of $40,000.
And when will I get time off? When will I be able to dress up again for a change, get out of a pair of dirty overalls and feel like something besides a field hand? Now, I'm getting back to the city. That's all there is to it.
The city. Where'd we ever live except in a 5-floor cold water walk-up without even a park within walking distance, huh?
Well, with a new start I'll have with $40,000, I'll be on Easy Street living in there permanently, too. Yeah, I want to know what's gotten into you, Martha. Something has. What did my Uncle Alex or that guy Rutledge tell you that I wasn't told?
Look, you might wait till the week is out to count your unhatched chickens. Remember, Ramsey, there's still the bell.
The bell, yeah. Yeah, the bell.
Then in your mind, it's possible. I mean that it might ring.
Give me some more stew. And who was it told me she didn't think it was ever gonna rain?
Anything like
with you talking in your sleep and that wind out there, I can't get any shut eye at all. Martha!
Oh, what is it, Ramsey?
You talk all day. You might lay off at least during the night. Well, here's hoping I can doze off again.
Ramsey!
Yeah. Open it up, Mike. Look, I can't get the lights on. No, I can shut this thing off.
What?
Oh, never mind.
What'd you do?
Pull out the wires. What else could I do?
Get right down to that crib.
What?
Never mind. I'll put something on and go.
Oh, for the love of Mike, it's the wind. There was a short in the wire.
Just the same, I'm going to make sure.
Now, look. Who was it said he wouldn't come too?
I just want to make sure.
Listen,
Ramsey.
you leave well enough alone.
What?
You're staying in this house.
How'd you know such
Oh, is
thing?
that so? Told you to leave well enough alone. Martha? Well, her own fault. Made me hit her too hard. Well, maybe it's as well. While she's out, I'll get myself to that crib. He has come alive. I know what to do about that. I flicked it off myself. Well, I'm glad it's not the battery. Well, here goes. Now, let's see. Which is his coffin? Huh? No, that's Uncle Horace, it says. Yeah, there's Aunt Bessie. I know. Yeah, over there. No, sir. Hadn't stirred. Knew he wouldn't have. Oh, the door. The door. The key. I left the key on the outside. Oh, my God. Oh, my... No, wait a minute. Take it easy. Just don't get rattled. Think. The button. Yeah, the button between Uncle Alex's fingers. And all I gotta do is open the coffin and... Oh! No, I broke the wires. I broke the wires and knocked Papa out. Help!
I told you to shut up. You're waking all of us.
Uncle Alex.
Of course.
Uncle Alex, how come you're sitting up?
Well, I got tired of lying down. I think it's right mean of you to come here with the intention of finishing me off, Ramsey.
How do you know?
Well, we did, Ramsey. We know many things. Many things. You'll know them, too, now, won't you, Ramsey? You locked yourself in. Well, wish we had a coffin for you, but we don't, do we? No, we don't. You just have to lie on the floor, won't you? The cold floor. Unless, of course, somebody thinks to look in here for you. Do you really think that anybody will care that much for you, Ramsey? Do you?
Martha, wake up. Martha, it's me. It's me, Paul Rutledge. Martha.
Oh, Mr. Rutledge.
Yes, all right, Martha.
Where am I?
You're in the hospital.
Hospital?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Ramsey knocked me down, but that's all I remember.
Now, you'll be all right, Martha. Dr. Rogers told me I could say so when you woke up.
Oh, the bell, it rang.
No, now lie back, Martha. I know all about it.
You do?
The Thompsons heard it over at their place, and Joe got up. He found you.
Oh.
And he phoned me. I told him to drive you into town to the hospital, and I drove out to the farm to see what could have happened. It didn't take me long to figure it out.
What made it ring?
It was the big wind that night, Martha. There's a place on the wires where the insulation had rubbed off.
Oh, that's what happened.
Uh-huh.
Ramsey, Well, you say you figured out what happened.
Now, Martha, the only thing for you to think about now is that you're going to be all right. And that the Jordan place will be yours for as long as you want to live there.
Where is Ramsey?
Why don't you try to get some sleep now, Martha?
Oh, Mr. Rutledge, they haven't got him in jail or anything.
No, they haven't got him in jail.
Are they after him?
No.
You're not fibbing to me, are you, Mr. Rutledge?
No, Martha.
Well, I wish you'd tell me what's happening. I can't say I love Ramsey anymore, but I don't want him in trouble over this.
All right, Martha. I'll tell you. He's dead.
Oh, He's dead.
Yes.
Dead.
Uh-huh.
How'd he die?
Well, according to the medical examiner, apparently of fright.
Fright?
Uh-huh.
In the crypt? Is that where?
Yes, in the crypt. And that's all I'm going to say now. When you're yourself, I'll tell you the rest, Martha. His greed took him there, and he's dead. You're free of him. You're young enough to make your life over. And, well, I'm sure you'll be a lot happier next time.
Yes, Mr. Rutledge. Okay. Oh, thanks so much.
That's all right.
Just one more question.
Huh?
You looked at Uncle Alex?
He was there in his coffin. He hadn't moved, not in the slightest.
Suspense. You've been listening to The Death of Alexander Jordan, written especially for Suspense by Hector Chevigny. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Heard in tonight's story were Connie Lemke, William Mason, Edgar Staley, Paul McGrath. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction by Fred Turner. This is Stuart Nett speaking.
A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of A Strange Day in May, starring William Mason, and written especially for Suspense by Michael Healy.
It could have been yesterday or 100 days before. I'm not sure anymore. Time has become just a word. All I know for certain is that it began that bright morning in May. I, Major Thomas Manning, U.S. Air Force on special assignment at Claymore Island, was on the verge of realizing a dream that would become a nightmare. I was suited up, waiting to be put into the rocket Gibraltar 3. Saying goodbye to my wife, Mary. I guess it was the quietest room at Claymore that morning.
Oh, Tom, I wish I felt more confident.
Oh, Mary, easy. They'll be calling me soon. Honey, it's hard enough.
I know, I'm sorry.
You know, it's hard to believe. After all the training, conditioning, study.
Oh, Tom, I'm frightened. It seemed like a dream until now. I haven't dared let myself think what could happen, but now...
Honey, please... Don't talk like that. It's really no more dangerous than driving a car.
Tom, you know what I'm talking about.
Look, Mary...
Will you listen? 2 men before you have gone up there and disappeared. Just vanished. Vanished somewhere up there. What's going to happen to you?
Mary, we've been all through this. I don't know what happened to those other men. We may never know, but we've got to try and find out. Somewhere there's an answer. Now, my mission is to try and find it.
Is it your mission to leave and never come back? What's out there as important as my love for you, my need for you?
I don't know. But remember last summer, the night you found me lying on the hammock staring up at the stars? Well, the nearer this has come to happening, the more the fascination's grown until...
Yes, I remember. You were almost in a trance.
Honey, I felt possessed. The universe was calling me to explore its secrets. It's that simple. And Mary, I feel I'm going to learn what happened to the others.
This is Maurice Tarplin speaking to you from the network pool at Claymore Island facility just off the southern coast of California, where astronaut Major Thomas Manning will blast off within the hour into the frontier aloft we know as space. It seems fairly definite that this flight is more than experimental. From the beginning, there has been an air of mystery and considerable rumor about this venture. We do know that it will be the furthest flight yet attempted. Here's a quick rundown.
Liftoff is scheduled for 0600 this morning here on Claremore Island. And it's turned into a fine morning, so the takeoff should be right on schedule. I see Colonel Alvin Marks coming from Central Control. He's the head man in this operation. We've been trying to get his eye all morning. Now, if I can just get his attention now. Colonel Marks.
Yes?
Colonel Marks, sir. A few questions for our network audience.
But you'll have to be brief.
Sir, I just wanted to ask you if there's anything in the rumor that this is not just another experimental flight. I mean, if there's something going on that...
Launching pad reports okay for go. Tell tracking stations to check out, Lieutenant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not going to comment on any of those rumors. I will say this. A great deal could depend on this shot, but you'll have to bear with us until it's over.
Colonel Mark, we'll see you over here for a minute, sir.
Will you excuse me? One more thing, Colonel. Where is Major Manning now?
They're standing by. There'll be no interviews until after debriefing.
He's saying goodbye to his wife. And that's what I'm saying to you. I've got to go into him now for our final words. Oh, thank you, Colonel Marks. That was Colonel Alvin Marks, in charge of today's space shot, whose comments just now have left us about where we were in the running tide of rumors. We return you now to...
Hello, Colonel Marks.
Well, it's almost time. How do you feel, Tom?
Fine, sir. And anxious.
Good. Mary, you'll be able to watch the liftoff from here if you like.
Colonel Marks, do you think there is life, hostile life on any other planet?
We can only guess. Possible. I'd say that if there is, it would be a far different kind of being than we know, but who can say? It'll be a long time before we know the answer to that.
I'll stand over by the window.
What is it, Colonel?
Tom, you remember what both the missing men reported just before they disappeared?
Seeing a strange blinding light.
Yes, a blinding light coming at them out of nowhere that seemed to gobble them up.
Any new theories?
None. Maybe some celestial current powerful enough to... If you can see it, don't get too close. Just see what you can make of it and come back down.
I will, sir.
And we'll be waiting to pick you up in the desert as arranged. Goodbye, Tom. Good luck.
Thank you.
I'll be talking with you over the intercom.
Right. Well, honey, that's it.
Oh, Tom, hold me for a minute, please.
Now, it's going to be all right. I'll be down before you know it.
Come back to me, Tom. And, Tom, I'm very proud, too.
This is Maurice Tarplin at Network Full, ladies and gentlemen. Astronaut Tom Manning is in the spaceship Gibraltar 3, which is being given a final check by the launching crew. This is a precision operation, the climax of checkout procedures that have touched every operational aspect of all systems. Excitement is mounting here. There is an ominous mixture of anxiety and hope in the air. Unless something unforeseen looms now, the flight will definitely go on schedule just a few moments from now. We switch now to operations control and Colonel Marks, who will be in continuous touch with Major Manning during his flight. Come in, Colonel Marks, at operations control.
This is Colonel Marks. Hello, Gibraltar 3. Come in, Gibraltar 3. Can you read me? Over. All systems are go here, Tom. Good luck. Over.
Our vast audience is now linked with ground control and its connection with Major Manning.
It's your baby, Tom. I'm switching you over to countdown. Any final questions?
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
Here, Tom. Liftoff was perfect. We're climbing nicely. How do you feel?
Feeling fine. Chains are pulling.
You're programming well. Pressure okay. Oxygen okay. You'll be entering maximum G's in a very few moments.
Roger. She's beginning to vibrate now. Standing well. Altitude 36,000 feet. She's settling down. Cabin temperature building. Otherwise okay.
You're still climbing nicely. Climbing nicely.
Tom, Manny, it's 2 plus 6 hours, 8 minutes. Can you read me? Over.
Yes, Colonel March. Time check's here. Colonel?
Yes, Tom?
I thought I ought to describe what I'm feeling. It's so still and quiet. I've been trying to think of words to express what I see and feel. The nearest I can come is blue rapture. I'm in a blue rapture. Maybe that has no meaning down there. I don't know. Colonel, something new is happening. Or seems to be. I keep thinking I'm seeing something darting out ahead of me. Probably my imagination, but...
What, Tom?
Have been spotting something, but I couldn't tell what it was. I can see it. Kind of glowing out there. It seems to be getting closer. I suddenly feel very strange. Hard to get breath, yet oxygen pressure is fine. Don't understand. Aye, sir. I'm trying. But they're foul somehow. Can't understand it.
Keep trying. We can't hide you. You're not responding to power control.
Can't do it, sir. I've lost control here, too.
I'm tracking station reports of some power off course, 40 degrees. Can you see anything more?
No, wait. I do see something now. It's coming closer. Closer and closer.
Try to get away, Tom. Try and take control again. Hurry before it's too late.
Can't do it. No use. Coming closer.
What is it?
Great blinding light. Like an aurora borealis. I can't see her.
What is it, Tom?
Too blinding.
What's happening? Tom, can you read me? You're not getting it.
Colonel.
Can you read me? Get below 3. Come in. Get louder. Get below 3. Tracking station 3.
Colonel.
This is Colonel Marks. Report, please.
Hear me.
Have a fix on your blower 3. Any station in contact with your blower 3. Report me now, please.
Oh, no. You've all lost me. When I realized I had lost contact with the Earth, I blacked out. How long I was out, how my ship landed, how I survived. Major? I'll never know. I never learned. Major Manning? But I did come to. Major Manning,
can you hear me? Now.
Oh, my head. Throbbing. Feels like somebody swinging a 12-pound sledgehammer against my brains by the numbers. Major? Oh, make the hammer stop. Somebody, please make him stop. How are you feeling, Major? He's coming around now. Oh, I thought I heard a voice. How does it look, Doctor? You'll be all right, Colonel Marks. Good. Well, Mary Manning, what do you think now?
I can't quite believe it, Colonel March.
Just proves out our theory again.
I don't know about the others,
Okay.
but... Annie.
Where am I?
Right now you're lying on a cot at the base medical station.
Colonel March. Is that you?
Yes?
Mary. Oh, Mary, it's good to be back. Hello, darling.
Hello.
Oh, just hello? Yeah, what kind of a greeting is that?
Sorry, but that's the best I can do.
What do you mean?
Colonel, I can't stay here any longer.
I understand. It's all right. Go ahead.
Mary. Mary, where are you going?
Now, settle back, please, Major.
That's my wife. What's the matter with her? Colonel, what is it?
Why, nothing, Major.
Really is remarkable, Colonel Marks. I never would have believed it if I hadn't seen it.
You forget I've seen it twice before.
I heard about it. Colonel Marks, how did I get here?
We found you suspended on the fringe of the atmosphere and brought you down.
But how did I get there?
Possibly you were picked up and hurled there by what we sometimes call a celestial storm.
Well, it must have been quite a shock. I mean, you probably thought you'd never see me again.
Yes. Good. Doctor, I have to get back to my office now. I have to make the arrangements. How soon before you'll be ready?
Another hour, I'd say.
Fine. That'll be perfect. Just perfect.
And about an hour later, I was taken somewhere by two men from the rescue crew. I can't remember their names, but I know their faces from all the pre-flight tests. Strange, though. If I didn't know better, I'd say they were more like guards. Something in the grimness of their faces.
Come in.
Here he is, Colonel.
Come in, Major. Come in.
Anything else, sir?
That'll be all. Take a seat, Major. Smoke?
Well, you know I don't smoke, sir.
Oh, yes, of course. You do have friends that smoke, so don't you?
Well, sure. So what? What are you jotting down, sir?
You've seen me smoke before, haven't you?
Yes, many times. Why? Colonel,
How was the trip, Major?
Well, everything was fine until I saw it.
Until you saw what?
The blinding light.
Blinding light?
The blinding light that the other two astronauts saw just before they disappeared. Sir, if you'll pardon me saying so, this questioning seems a little odd, considering...
I do not pardon you, Major. There is an infinite variety of answers to even the most minute questions. It's only a matter of choosing the most correct one.
Well, I'm afraid I don't follow, sir.
Perhaps you will, in time. May we continue?
Sorry, sir.
It doesn't matter about this blinding light. That was the celestial storm I mentioned. There is another more important point.
What's that, sir?
I'm getting to it. But first, at what speed were you traveling when you saw this light?
As I sat here and listened to this familiar voice, tone, stare about these familiar walls, I kept thinking,
another question.
This is unreal.
I want you to
Something's
know
wrong. Something's unsafe.
It's true.
I was part of a
And then
puzzle.
why did you land?
The pieces that make
And
up
this
the
light
picture
did
match,
it
but
follow you, or would
do
you
not
follow
quite
it?
fit.
I know.
And I wonder if perhaps it isn't me. Maybe my mind was affected somehow.
I'm waiting for an answer, Major. What was your speed?
I'm not sure, sir. The gauges seem to be off on my last reading.
Are you sure you don't know, Major?
Sir, if I knew, I would tell you.
Maybe, maybe not.
But why shouldn't I, sir?
You might have reasons of your own.
Now, what reason could I possibly have for withholding information from
What
you?
time did you lift off this morning?
What time did I lift off?
I'm waiting for your answer.
600 hours.
And now to the point, Major. What was your mission?
My mission? You mean the space probe?
Come now, Major. Let's get down to cases. Call it a space probe or anything else, but wasn't your mission to get information about our installations here?
I don't get it. It's as if you didn't even know me. My mission was to learn what happened to the other two men.
I see.
What are you doing, Colonel?
Calling the guards. I'm finished with you. It's up to the doctors now.
The guards? Well, exactly why do I need to be guarded? Colonel, the doctor.
Hello, thank you.
Colonel, I'll kill you with your own gun.
Oh, now look, son. Be sensible. Return that revolver. It won't help you.
No, thanks. I know exactly what's going on.
You're only making it hard on yourself, son. We'll try and help you if you'll let us. Colonel, sir, are you all right?
Tell him yes.
Everything is all right. Return to your post. Yes. He's gone. Now what?
I don't know. I've got to think. Mary, I gotta get home and tell her what's happened. Sorry, Colonel, but I'll have to belt you one.
Give yourself up. The authorities will get you sooner or later.
See you, Colonel. This is my house. Oh, don't get panicky. Just sit tight. Run into the house, get the money out of my wallet. Hold on just a minute. Now, let's see, where'd I leave my wallet? Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, must be in this drawer somewhere.
What are you doing?
Oh, Mary, am I glad to see you. You've no idea what I've been through. Here, let me pay the cab driver and I'll...
No need for that. It's been taken care of.
Oh, I see. Mary,
Don't touch me.
Oh, Mary, aren't you glad to see me?
Why, yes, of course. It's just that I...
Mary, look at me. Mary, this is your husband, Tom Manning. Mary, what's the matter with you? What's the matter with everybody?
Why, nothing. Nothing at all.
Well, then why do you look at me like I was some kind of a bug or something? It's like you're not even the same person I said goodbye to this morning. Mary, don't you remember how you said goodbye to me just before I took off? Mary, you said, please, come back to me.
Listen to me, please. I don't know you. Oh, I'm Major Thomas Manning's wife, but you're not my husband.
What are you saying?
They've tricked you. Oh, I don't know whether I'm doing right or not, but I'm warning you to get out of here before it's too late.
Mary, what are you saying?
Shaky, and let me go.
All right, let her go.
Colonel Marks.
Grab him.
Easy, fella. Take it easy now.
No, this can't be. This is my house. This is my wife.
I'm afraid that's where you're wrong. You have no rights here whatsoever.
For the love of Colonel Marks, what is happening?
Better come with us, Major.
Major, we're going to take you to a nice place where you'll get lots of care.
No, let go of me.
Come along quietly.
No, you're wrong. You're all wrong. Something is out of whack here.
Well, that's that. I'm sorry you had to go through this, Mary.
It's all right, sir.
I saw them taking him away. He didn't see me, though.
Sorry about this, Major Manning, especially the day before your flight into space.
No trouble.
Well, goodbye. See you tomorrow morning.
Goodbye, Colonel.
Goodbye, Colonel.
Well, that was certainly a fright, Tom.
Hysterical creatures, our counterparts on Earth.
I felt so sorry for him. I wonder if they all act that way.
Oh, at first, I think. But he'll calm down when he finds he won't be harmed.
Strange, isn't it? Knowing that for every one of them, there's one of us up here. And so alike. Why, that man has a wife down there who's exactly like me. What will they do with him?
Oh, take him to the Institute. Study him along with the other two.
Well, he'll get good care there.
Yes. And don't forget there's something to be learned from Earth creatures. Or people, rather. I think we'd have to call them people. Eventually, they probably will be. Now, the way I look at it, it's a small universe. Sooner or later, darling, we may need each other. We here and our, somewhat retarded twins on Earth.
Suspense. You've been listening to Strange Day in May, starring William Mason, and written especially for Suspense by Michael Healy. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Heard in tonight's story were Tony Darnay, Reynold Osborne, Bill Lipton, Herb Duncan, Maurice Tartland, and Bill Smith. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction by Michael Choskis. This is Stuart Smith speaking. Listen again next week when we return with another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of Golden Years, starring Peter Fernandez and Rosemary Rice, and written especially for Suspense by William N. Robeson.
I really didn't know Buddy well at all. We just met about a week ago at the malt shop. He was real cute. He thought I was cute, too. At least he said he did. And last night we had this date. Only he wanted to break it, so I went over to babysit for Mrs. Foster. But before that, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, the whole terrible thing must have started yesterday morning over at Buddy's house. I wasn't there, of course, but it must have happened something like this, I guess.
Dad, could I ask you something?
Sure, son. What's in your mind?
I got a date tonight.
That's nice.
Dad, will you put down that paper and listen to me?
Buddy, that's no way to speak to your father.
I'm sorry, Mother. Dad.
Yes, buddy, I'm listening. You said you had a day tonight, didn't you? Which is scarcely news.
So I was wondering...
the answer is no.
Why don't you wait till I finish?
Buddy.
Because I know what you're going to say. And the answer is no. You may not have the car tonight.
Why not?
You know the answer to that, too.
All right, so I got a ticket. It was only a 35 and a 30.
Which makes it speeding, son.
All right, so it was speeding.
But, gee, Dad, that was 6 weeks ago.
So I grounded you for 2 months.
Yeah, but, gee, well, can't a guy get time off for good behavior? I'm caught up on my homework. I'm helping Mom with the dishes.
That's true.
And this date I got. How am I going to explain to her that I haven't got a car?
Just explain how you hot-rodded through the residential streets of this town when you did have a car.
Well, Ken.
I don't think you're being very fair.
That's a subject on which you are not qualified to pass an opinion.
But the other kids...
And that's a discussion I will not be trapped into either. What other parents do with other kids is of no concern to me. I didn't get a speeding ticket, son. You did. And just because the traffic court let you off with a warning is no reason why I shouldn't punish you.
Yeah, punishment. That's all you can think of. I'll bet if my real father was alive... I don't care. You're not my father, and you haven't got a right to punish
now,
me.
Now, you listen to me, young man. I'm your legal father, and you'll do as I say. Now, I adopted you when I married your mother. In the eyes of the law, I'm every bit as much your father as if my blood ran in your veins.
I'm sure glad it doesn't.
On that, we see eye to eye, young man, but as long as you remain in this house, you'll do as I say. Now, is that clear?
Loud and clear.
I will not put up with your insolence.
Yeah, I know. Thanks a lot, Father. Thanks for nothing.
Oh, Fred. It's a phase he's passing through. 16's an awful age for boys. But he'll grow out of it. You'll see the day when you'll be proud he's your son.
I sometimes wonder if I'll live that long.
That's the way it must have happened. Something like that, I guess. Anyway, like I said, I had this date with Buddy last night. Only I ran into him sort of accidentally in the afternoon. You see, I dropped into the malt shop for a Coke. And I played a few records, and then, guess what? Who should walk in but Buddy?
Hi, Sue.
Oh, hiya, Buddy.
What you doing?
Nothing.
Me too.
Funny.
What?
It's a coincidence, kind of.
What is?
Oh, this. Me dropping in for a Coke and you dropping in? Coincidence.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Buddy?
Nothing.
You're awful quiet.
Look, Sue, I gotta break our date tonight.
Why, Buddy?
My old man won't let me have the car.
Oh, that's all right. We don't have to go anyplace.
It's not all right.
Hey, look. I've got an idea. Mrs. Foster wanted me to babysit for her this evening. I could tell her yes. And then you can come over there and, well, we can listen to records or look at TV or something. She won't mind.
It's nice of you to be so understanding, Sue, but don't you see it's the principle of the thing? He's got no right treating me this way, like I was still in junior high school or something.
I know, Buddy, but parents are all alike. They just never seem to learn.
Oh, he's gonna learn. Tonight. That's the real reason why I'm breaking our date.
What? What do you mean?
I'm gonna kill him. Tonight.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not, Sue. I mean it. I've got it all figured out. He always falls asleep after supper in front of the TV waiting for the 9 o'clock news. When the news comes on, he wakes up, like an alarm clock. He looks at the news, and then he goes to bed. Only tonight he'll never see the news. He'll never wake up at all. What's so funny?
You are. That imagination of yours, you're too far out.
I'm serious, Sue. I'm going to do it tonight.
Listen, I think you better come over to Mrs. Foster's with me tonight, and we'll talk about it.
There's nothing to talk about. I've made up my mind. He's had this coming to him for a long time, that dirty old...
Buddy, that's no way to talk about your father.
Well, that's just it, Sue. He isn't my real father. He's my stepfather, and I hate him. I've hated him ever since I was a little boy.
But that's no reason to kill him.
It's reason enough for me. I've taken enough from him. I'm not going to let him push me around anymore.
Crazy kid. Talking that way? Crazy. I didn't really taken seriously then. It wasn't until later when... Oh, but I'm getting ahead of myself again. He left saying maybe he'd call me at Mrs. Foster's later. He didn't tell me where he was going when he left the malt shop, but later I found out...
Oh, hello there, Bodie.
Hello, Mr. Schmidt.
Well, you come 1 minute later, won't you be out of luck? I was just closing.
I'm glad I made it.
Well, what will it be?
I need a box of ammo for my .22.
So, are you going hunting?
Yeah, I'm going hunting.
You have a note from your father.
For what?
You did not know? The last time I sold you bullets, your father raised Cain with me. Said not to sell you any more without his permission.
He did?
So, you didn't know anything about it?
Well, he never said a word to me.
Well, I am sorry, Porty, but you'll have to get his permission first.
Yeah, get his permission. Always get his permission.
Will there be anything else before I close up?
No, I guess not, Mr. Schmidt.
You get that note from your father, and I'll be glad to oblige.
Sure, Mr. Schmidt. Hey, wait a minute. This'll do the trick.
What?
This hunting knife. Yeah, more quiet than a bullet.
What are you talking about, Porty?
Nothing, Mr. Schmidt. I'll take this knife. Put it on my dad's bill, will you, please?
Yeah, sure. Buddy, I'm sorry about the bullets.
No sweat, Mr. Schmidt.
That you, Sue? Yes, Mrs. Foster. Oh, come on in, dear. The door's unlocked. Okay. The baby's dinner things are laid out in the kitchen. I'm so glad you were able to come over and help out tonight. Oh, darn this zipper. Oh. Here, can you get it unstuck, Sue? Well, I'll try. There. Why, Sue, what's the matter? Your hand's shaking. Oh, it's nothing, Mrs. Foster, nothing. But you're white as a sheet. Here, Sue, sit down. I'll get you a glass of water. No, please. I'm all right. Really, I am. Well, you don't look all right. Now, come on, tell me, dear. What's the matter? What's upsetting you? Mrs. Foster. Yes? Mrs. Foster, do you think a boy would kill his father just because he wouldn't let him borrow the family car? Sue, what are you talking about? Well, you see, Buddy Birdwell, my boyfriend, sort of. You see, he wasn't kidding, but see, I thought he was when he said it, but now I'm not so sure. I keep thinking back, and he was awful serious. Serious about what, Sue? Tell me. About murdering his father. What? He said he was going to murder his father tonight. For heaven's sake, why? Because he wouldn't let him have the car. Oh, but that's plain crazy. That's what I thought, but now I don't know. Buddy, you've hardly touched your supper.
I'm not hungry, Mom.
Well, maybe he's in love.
Ha! Big joke.
Oh, no.
Well, didn't I hear you say you had another date tonight, son?
How can you have a date without a car?
Oh, well, now, you could walk.
Walking went out with the horse and buggy.
Oh. Along with courtesy and politeness to your elders?
Look, let's just change the subject,
yes,
huh?
Let's do
Don't
that.
you always.
What's the big idea of telling Mr. Schmidt not to sell me any ammunition for my .22?
Look, son, look, you shoot that gun the same way as you drive the car. You'll end up killing somebody with one or the other unless you stop.
How right you are, Daddy-O.
And that's everything I can remember he said, Mrs. Foster. Do you think he really means to do it? I don't know. But just to be on the safe side, we've got to warn his father. Where does he live? Oh, I don't know. You don't know? No, you see, well, I really don't know Buddy awfully well. I just met him only last week over at the malt shop. Oh, I see he picked you up. Well, not exactly. Oh, you picked him up? Well, that's not exactly it either. You see,
I understand, Sue. I used to hang around the mall shop myself not so very long ago.
So, you see, I don't really know very much about him. But even so,
You wouldn't want him to murder his father.
Oh, no.
Well, neither would I, and I don't know him at all. Now let's see if we can find their telephone number.
But, Mrs. Foster, you have an important meeting to go to.
That's right, Sue, and you know what the meeting's about?
No?
Well, believe it or not, it's a meeting of the Mayor's Committee on Crime Prevention.
Oh, no.
So if I can prevent a crime without leaving the house, why attend a meeting on the subject? Now, what's this lethal Lothario's name?
Buddy Birdwell. You don't think he was serious, do you?
I don't know, Sue, but I'm sure they're going to find out. Birdwell?
Yes, that's right.
A-I. Here we are, Birdwell. I'll tell there aren't very many in the book, so we'll begin with Birdwell Albert. Well, no answer on that one.
That's the last Birdwell in the book.
Either it's a busy signal or a disconnect, or if they do answer, they never heard of your little friend Buddy.
Oh, golly, I'm sorry, Mrs. Foster. I guess maybe I was a little hysterical about the whole thing.
Oh, why didn't I think of that in the first place?
What, Mrs. Foster?
The police. Of course, they're the ones to handle this. They'll know what to do.
Downtown Police Station. Sergeant Kenny speaking.
Oh, Sergeant, this is Mrs. Foster of the Mayor's Committee on Crime Prevention. I want to report a murder.
What?
A murder.
Yes, Mrs. Foster.
It hasn't happened yet, but I'm afraid it's going to.
Well, who's going to murder who?
Well, this boy, Buddy Birdwell. Oh, yes. Buddy Birdwell. He told his girlfriend that he was going to murder his father tonight just before 9 o'clock. And I thought you ought to know so you could stop him.
Yes, ma'am. Now, where does he live?
That's the trouble. I don't know his address, and I've called all the Birdwells in the phone book.
Well, now, we'll do what we can, Mrs. Foster, but we hardly ever hear about murders until after they happen.
Mother?
Yes, Buddy?
Why did you marry Dad?
Because I loved him.
Well, that was a long time ago when I was a little boy. Do you still love him?
Of course I do.
Would you care if anything happened to him?
Why are you asking me such questions?
I'm growing up, Mother. I've got to know a lot of answers.
Stop scraping that knife on that stone. It makes me nervous.
Okay, Mother. It's got a good edge now. A nice razor-sharp edge. You didn't answer my question. Would you care if anything happened to him?
Well, of course I'd care. He's my husband. He's my whole life ever since...
You too.
Me what?
You're on his side.
I don't know what you mean.
Mother, why did you divorce my real father?
Oh, Buddy, we've been through all this.
Have we? Tell me again. Tell me, why did you divorce him?
I didn't love him anymore.
What about me? You didn't love me either then. You sent my father away. A boy needs a father, and you sent him away.
I had nothing to do with that. I divorced him, but I did not send him to Korea.
Maybe you wouldn't have had to go if you hadn't divorced him.
Now, stop it, Buddy. I won't listen another minute. What I did for your good as well as my own happiness.
You sent my father away.
You've got to remember, Sue. We haven't much time left. It's nearly 9 o'clock. Now think, dear. What else do you know about this boy?
I've told you everything, Mrs. Foster. I can't remember anything else.
Then we'll have to go right back to the beginning again.
Do you think he'll really do it, Mrs. Foster?
I don't know, but we've got to be sure that he doesn't.
No.
Now, from the beginning, Sue. Now think. What did he say to you this afternoon?
Oh, all right. Well, let's see. He said he had to break our date because his father wouldn't let him have the car. And then I said...
Now, never mind what you said. Just remember what he said. But remember everything.
I'll try. Then he said
he was going to kill him while he was asleep in front of the TV. He said he'd had it coming for a long time. And then he started to say things about his father, and I said he shouldn't talk that way about his father. And he said he wasn't his real father, he was his stepfather, and that's why he hated him so much.
Oh.
And then...
Oh, well, that explains it.
What?
Why none of the Birdwells in the phone book ever heard of Buddy?
Why?
Because Buddy's name may be Birdwell, but apparently it isn't his stepfather's name.
Oh, yes, of course.
All we've got to do now is find out the name of Buddy's stepfather. Only, how do we do that?
I don't know.
Well, think, did he ever talk about his father, like where he works?
No, not that I remember.
Or any organizations he belongs to?
No.
Luncheon clubs? Country clubs? Churches?
Oh, well, wait a minute. He did say something about church once.
Oh?
Oh, I was kidding him about the way his voice squeaks sometimes. And he said he was a star soprano in the, St. Luke's choir before his voice changed.
St. Luke's? Well, that's my church. Oh. Now we're getting somewhere. Dr. Devon should know.
Who's he?
He's the pastor's name.
Oh.
Good evening. Dr. Devon's here.
Oh, good evening, Doctor. This is Mrs. Foster. Mrs. Frank Foster.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Foster. How are you this lovely evening?
I'm fine, thank you.
And Mr. Foster?
Oh, he's well.
Well, we haven't seen you at services for several weeks.
Yes, I know. Mr. Foster's been out of town, and I haven't been feeling well.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Nothing serious, I hope?
No. Look, Dr. Devons, I need your help.
Of course, Mrs. Foster. What can I do for you?
Do you recall a choir boy named Buddy Birdwell?
Birdwell?
Yes.
Buddy Birdwell.
He was your star soprano a couple of years ago.
Oh, yes, a fine boy. But I must say he's also been lax in attendance recently.
Yes, well, Doctor, what I want to know is, what is his father's name?
Why, Birdwell, of course, although I can't recall the first name at the moment.
No, it probably isn't Birdwell. I'm referring to Buddy's stepfather.
Oh, yes, of course. It comes back to me now. His Buddy was very proud of his real father, and he insisted on reassuming his name when he became 40.
Yes. But the stepfather, what's his name? Does he know?
See, oh, dear, it's on the tip of my tongue. Carstairs? No. Carston, yes, that's it. Ralph Carston is a fine man. Fine boy. A fine family.
Ralph Carston? Oh, Dr. Devons, do you think this fine boy is capable of murdering his fine stepfather?
Mrs. Foster, whatever put such an idea in your head?
Well, he did indirectly. Do you have Mr. Carston's phone number?
Oh, yes, here it is. West 53296.
West 53296. Forget it.
2, yes, 9, 7.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Is there something wrong, Mrs. Foster? Is there anything I can do?
Pray, Doctor. That's about all you can do now. Pray for that fine boy and his fine stepfather. Pray hard.
Mrs. Foster,
W-E 5 3
Why doesn't somebody answer that phone? Buddy. Buddy, why are you standing there with that knife in your hand? Answer the phone. Buddy, don't you hear me?
Yes, Dad.
Hello?
Hello. Is this the Carston residence?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this Buddy Birdwell?
Yes.
You haven't... Your father, is he there?
He's here.
Is he all right? You didn't...
He's all right.
run.
For goodness sakes, what in the devil's going on here?
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you're sorry? Here, give me that phone. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Carson?
Yes, who is this?
Well, this is Mrs. Foster speaking, Mr. Carson. Are you all right?
All right. Well, of course I'm all right, except the phone woke me up. And the first thing I see is this son of mine standing over me with a knife. Now he's just standing here blubbering like a baby. Look, what's going on around here?
Mr. Carson, you don't know me, and I don't know you, but please don't think me a busybody or a meddler when I tell you this.
Tell me what?
Just this. That son of yours needs you. He needs your understanding and maybe your help. Try to give it to him, will you? For your own good.
Suspense. You have been listening to Golden Years, starring Peter Fernandez and Rosemary Rice, and written especially for Suspense by William N. Robeson. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Edited by Norman Ober. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Heard in tonight's story were Ivor Francis, Elspeth Eric, Mary Jane Higby, Ronald Dawson, Brett Morrison, and Pat Housley. Listen again next week when we return with Point of a Needle, written by Joseph Cochran. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of At the Point of a Needle, starring Betty Gard and Walter Kinsella, and written especially for Suspense by Joseph Cochran.
George, you've simply got to do something about this terrible heat. I can't stand it.
Oh, good grief, Myra. I'm not to blame for the weather.
I didn't say that. But we can escape it by taking a cottage at the beach.
Like last year? When we got there, all you did was complain about the same heat. The flies, the hot sand, the freezing water. And the people. You just couldn't stand these awful people who cluttered up the beach.
Oh, you're just making up excuses. I certainly prefer a cool beach to this stifling house. I've never known such heat. This is the hottest summer I've ever known. Don't you think so, George? Well, isn't it? George, you're not answering me. Isn't this the hottest summer?
No. Last summer was just as hot. Hotter even.
Oh, don't be silly. Couldn't have been. We've never known heat like this.
Well, it's right here in the paper. The average temperature as of today is just 2 degrees less than last summer. This day last year was 1.8 hotter.
The newspapers. A lot they know. The man sits on top of a nice, cool building where there's a breeze and charts the temperature. He's not sweltering in that kitchen, George. I just can't do a thing. Just the thought of preparing a meal sickens me. Don't you feel the heat?
Of course I feel it, Myra, but what's the use of griping about it?
So then why don't you want to get out of it?
Good heavens, who said I didn't? Don't you think I have the same heat at the office? Don't I come home every night wringing wet?
Well, then why don't you want to take a cottage at the beach?
Money, Myra. Ever hear of it? Just a little matter of money. Oh, I wish to goodness you'd stop griping about the heat long enough to sit down and discuss my income, my expenses, how much money I've left at the end of the month.
Oh, that's just another excuse. Whenever I want to do something, you change the subject to money. Certainly if the Bennetts can afford the beach, we can.
Oh, I know. I know that one by heart. I make just as much money as Dave Bennett. But I've told you 100 times the Bennetts cut down on other things so they can go to the beach.
Oh, so now you're accusing me of being extravagant.
Oh.
But look at me. Just look at me. I dress in rags. I slave all year in this house. And what does it get me? Other people go to the beach for months at a time. But if I want to get away from the heat for a few days, you start finding excuses for not going. Oh, George, I don't want to complain, but I think I do deserve a little consideration.
Don't start that again, Myra. We'll go to the beach.
Oh, so money was just an excuse all along, huh? You didn't want to get me out of the hot kitchen, huh?
We're going to the beach, Myra. Isn't that what you want? I'll arrange for the money somehow.
But why didn't you agree to the beach in the first place and save all this fuss? It's just upset me terribly, George. Look, it's for your good, too. You know that. You look awful tired. And the beach will be just the place for you to relax. No, George. A little more to the left. I want that sign right in the middle.
Myra, I don't see any point in it, putting up the signs.
They say plainly no trespassing, don't they?
So what? I'll nail them to the retaining wall. No one's going to climb over the wall and get on your property. People come here to sit on the sand.
George, the idea of the signs is to keep people off the sand in front of our cottage.
What? Oh, now look, Myra, you're going to start last summer all over again.
We rented this cottage, and I think we should be able to enjoy the sand in front of it without having it messed up by those awful people who come for the day. This is our home, and we have some right to privacy.
Oh, for the love of Mike, everyone's house has people in front on the sand. No one else's signs up.
Well, we're going to have it. You may not object to a swarm of noisy people in front of our cottage, but I do.
Myra, please be reasonable.
George, if you don't want to put up the signs, give me the hammer and I'll do it.
Never mind. I can see right now if I don't put them up, I'll hear about it all summer. Where do you want the other one?
On the other side of the steps. Oh, and be sure it's exactly the same height and evenly spaced with this one. And don't try to get sand all over my blanket as you walk by, will you?
Yes, Myra.
And when you get the sign up, I want you to bring down the umbrella.
I can't hear you.
Well, if you'd stop that hammering for a minute and pay some attention, you would. I said, when you get through, I want you to bring down the beach chairs and the umbrella and some blankets. We'll spread them out in front of the cottage so those awful people will know this space is taken.
Beach cottage. What a place to get a rest. Like trying to relax in a swarm of bees.
George, did you say something?
No, Myra, not a thing.
Well, it certainly sounded like it.
Nothing at all.
Well, will you please stop hammering when you talk to me?
Hey, Bill, here's a good spot. Let's spread a blanket.
Yeah, this is fine, Esther. Here, hold the thermos and books while I spread the blanket.
Okay. Oh, gee, it's good to get here. Oh, look at that ocean. Isn't it wonderful?
Oh, sure is. But I am going to lie on this sand and lap up all the sunshine I can. I want to get some tan on my hide.
Hey, isn't that little cottage cute? Gee, I wish we'd get one of the white ones.
There's plenty of stuff out there on the porch. Chairs and blankets. And a perfect circus under that umbrella.
Well, of all the nerve. Come here, George. Look out there. Do you see what I see?
What did you expect?
Well, if you'd put those chairs and blankets out like I told you, this wouldn't have happened. But no. Leave them on the porch.
I was nailing up those no trespassing signs, which are supposed to make people run away from the spot.
I guess some people can't read.
Myra, stop it. They'll hear you down there.
Let them hear me.
What's the matter with her?
Sit on and they sit right in
That
front of
woman
our
in that
cottage.
cottage, she's shouting something about us.
Oh, no, Esther.
Sign
Why
just
should
doesn't
she...
mean a thing to some people.
Sure, she's talking about us. Didn't you hear her?
Well, let it talk.
I think she wants us here.
Well, it's just too bad.
George.
This is a public beach. Now, you ignore it. How about
Look at
pouring me
them.
some coffee?
Look at them.
Yeah, they think they are.
What?
Nothing.
Well, aren't you going to do anything?
Myra, there isn't anything I can do. They're not hurting us. They have a right to sit on the beach.
Why, they're practically in our yard. I want to look at the ocean without a lot of riffraff making a garbage dump in my lap.
No one's making a garbage dump.
Oh, they will. They'll eat their lunch and throw papers and scraps of food all over.
Myra, look. This is a public beach. We can't run people away just because you don't happen to like seeing them around.
Oh, so you're sticking up for them against your own wife, huh? You know, it would be nice if for once, just once, you'd be on my side.
I can be on your side, Myra, when you're in the right. But most of the time you're not, or only half right.
That's ignorance. Look at them down there.
We're ignorant.
Oh, let her
You
rave.
don't have to sit and listen to that.
It's a free country. Let her
It's
talk.
not going to be very pleasant if she keeps it up. Boy. Some people act as if they own the whole beach.
Pipe down, Esther. Will you let her scream her head off if she wants?
Did you hear that? She's talking about us. About me.
started it, and I'm asking you to stop it.
Upstarts. That's all they are. What's the use of paying good money?
She is getting kind of nasty. She's some old sourpuss, huh? Come on, let's move.
Why should we? We have a right to be here.
I know that, but she's going to see to it that we don't enjoy ourselves. Now, life is too short to quibble. It's simpler to move.
Oh, all right. But there's houses all along. Suppose everybody tries to drive us away.
No, everybody won't be as nasty as she is. Now, they couldn't be. Now, hold this stuff for me, huh?
Boy, I sure feel sorry for her husband.
Yeah, he looks like a pretty good scout, too. Probably embarrassed about the whole thing. But he is married to her and has to listen, and we don't.
They're going.
Oh, that does it. Bill, I am not going to let anybody drive us off a public beach. We're staying right here.
They're still out there. 3 hours.
Oh, for the love of heaven, Myra, sit down and eat your lunch.
How can you expect me to enjoy my lunch or anything else as long as that disgusting girl and that awful man are lying right in front of our doorstep?
Will you please stop then and let me eat?
Look at them, staring at our windows. Look at her. She's laughing like a silly fool. Can't we do something? Call the police and have them come...
No, Myra, I told you no 40 times. There's no grounds for arrest. They haven't done anything.
Well, I wanted to have lunch on the beach myself, but we couldn't because of them.
You definitely did not. You said we were to eat in the cottage today and have a picnic lunch tomorrow.
Well, I changed my mind. It's a perfect day for being outside. Tomorrow it may rain.
Oh, I give up.
I've got it. I'll show them. George, you go up to the attic and get that old phonograph and some of those records the owner left up there.
Now what are you going to do?
You'll see. We'll see whether they can camp in front of our cottage and expect to enjoy themselves.
I wish to goodness you'd forget those two people out there and try to get some pleasure out of this vacation.
Are you going to do as I ask? Or do you want me to lug that heavy phonograph down all by myself?
All right, Myra. You win. As always. I'll get the phonograph.
No, finish your lunch. I didn't mean this minute. After lunch. George, come back and eat your lunch.
I'm not hungry anymore.
Well, you don't have to make so much noise.
I'm going to say just one more thing, Myra. And a lot depends on what you do after I've said it.
Yes, George.
Every time you play that record, you're making a fool out of me.
Oh, don't be silly. Why can't I play it? The free country. That man said so.
Come on, honey. Let's go.
All right, Bill. But she's not getting away with it. We're coming back tomorrow. Maybe I can dig up an old phonograph somewhere.
They're leaving. They couldn't take it. See, George, I told you so. We've won, George.
We have won? Oh, no, Myra. You have won. You just scratched the heart out of me with that old worn-out needle.
George, when you get the dishes done, get those chairs and blankets in front of the cottage.
Oh, the chairs.
What's the matter?
I forgot to bring them in last night.
Oh, how could you? I told you to bring them in. I distinctly remember telling you.
Oh, you told me all right. I forgot. After yesterday, I didn't care much.
Well, it's a wonder you wouldn't remember when I ask you to do things. They'll be all damp, soaking wet from the fog. If they're still out there, if they haven't been stolen.
Oh, don't get excited. I can see them from the window.
Well, it's a miracle they haven't been stolen. Anybody could have... George!
Now what?
Come here this instant. Look out there. They've come back, that fellow and girl. They're putting their stuff right where they were yesterday.
Myra, will you please cut it out?
They'll get the same thing they got yesterday, all right. Get that phonograph.
Be reasonable. For the love of heaven, be reasonable.
Why don't you ask them to be reasonable? Why don't you go down and shout at them to be reasonable? Oh, no, you won't do that. You put the blame on me. I'm the unreasonable one. You won't lift a finger to keep them away, and when I want to do something, I'm unreasonable. Look, George. They've got a phonograph. They're playing it on our beach.
Myra.
George, make them stop. George, stop them.
George. Myra, you're making a fool of yourself.
Make them stop, I say. Stop them, George.
Court's in session. Now I have this to say to both parties in this dispute. We are glad to see all the summer people come to our beach. We welcome all, so long as they behave themselves. But I want it understood that the beach is a public one, not a private one. Mr. and Mrs. Pettit, the line of the property you rented for the summer is the retaining wall that ends where the beach sand begins. It is my understanding this disturbance took place on the beach, and the two parties were creating a nuisance to other people by playing loud and continuous certain antiquated records.
That's right, Your Honor. This lady got huffy because we were lying on the sand in front of her cottage.
That's right, Your Honor.
She got an old record and she played it over and over. The next day we came back with a machine of our own.
Your Honor, I happen to like that song, and I was trying to study the singer's voice.
Myra.
Now, that's the truth.
Quiet. You are directed to study voice in the privacy of your home, not on a public beach. Furthermore, to observe the rules of conduct which any person of common sense knows. Now, it's too nice a day to be arguing in a stuffy courtroom. You are fined $10, but I suspend sentence. However, let me warn all of you that should you be brought into this court again, I shall hand out the severest sentence in the book. Now, all of you get out of my court and take a dip in the ocean to cool off.
Justice. Is that what they call justice? Isn't there such a thing as a right to privacy in this country anymore? We might as well be living in Russia. And that judge. Did you see that judge, George? Wasn't he awful looking? Like a gangster. I'll bet he never saw the inside of a law school. I bet he never went through the 3rd grade in school. How can they put people like that on the bench, George? How can they?
Oh, I don't know.
There ought to be something we could do about him.
Myra, we got off easy. Now let's forget it.
Forget it?
Yes.
What are you talking about? Do you expect me to forget a humiliation like that? Why, he acted as if we were criminals, like we were the trespassers.
We did lose, you know. We were fined, and the sentence was suspended.
I can't believe it. About 10 with a hayseed like that on the bench, I can believe anything. Where did he learn the law? I'd certainly like to see his diploma. If I knew where he went to college, I'd write them a letter and tell them what kind of lawyers they graduate.
His degree was framed and hanging on the wall. He went to Harvard.
Don't be silly. He couldn't have.
Will you stop telling me not to be silly? Silly means weak-minded. An idiot.
Of course it doesn't. Now, look, I don't think you're weak-minded, but I do think you could be more forceful and aggressive. The trouble with you, George, is that you let people run all over you. If you had done what I asked and told those people to move on, this never would have happened. You're driving too fast. How many times have I told you not to drive so fast?
At least 1,000 times.
Well, don't drive so fast. You know it upsets me. Now, as I was saying, your trouble is that you take whatever people hand out to you. You never raise a fuss or tell people to get out of your way. Oh, no. It's one reason why you don't get anywhere.
Please, I'm tired. But I don't want criticism.
But I'm not criticizing, George. I'm just telling you for your own good. That judge ought to be disbarred. He's a disgrace to the legal profession. Maybe we ought to write to the Bar Association. I'll bet they'd do something.
We came to the beach to enjoy ourselves, not spend our time reforming the judicial system.
Well, at least we can appeal the case. Look, couldn't you write that friend of yours in Boston? You know, that big lawyer friend of yours. Tell him what happened to us. Why don't you invite him down here for dinner some night and discuss it with him?
Myra, we're not going to act like children. We lost, we got off easy, and I want you to forget about any further action.
Why? Why should we? Do we have to be humiliated, hauled into court like common criminals because of those cheap, slovenly people who are ruining our beach? Why shouldn't we be able to enjoy our nice cottage? I'm not going to sit by and let people push me around.
Myra, do whatever you want, but in the name of heaven, stop talking about it and let me have some peace.
Don't drive so fast, George. George, why are you driving so fast?
I want to see how fast I can go. I want to see how many telephone poles I can break down.
What?
I want to drive till the engine falls apart like I'm falling apart. You're driving my brains up and down like the pistons. Your words are exploding in my weary mind like the gas in the cylinder.
George!
And I can't stand much more of it. I can't stand much more of it, Myra.
George, you're drunk. Now, slow down. Please slow down. George, you're ruining my hair, and I just went to the beauty parlor this morning. George, wake up. George!
What's the matter?
George, wake up. Will you get up and see?
What?
On the beach out front. They're back.
So
That
what?
awful couple. No phonograph, but back bold as brass and big as life. Now, I asked you last night to get up early this morning and put the chairs and blankets out. Now it's too late.
Oh, I fell asleep.
And you did it purposely. You didn't want to put those things out. You wanted those people to come and annoy me.
Oh, what's the use, Myra?
You've got to do something. Anything.
Myra.
But get those two spiteful people away from our front steps. Now, you know as well as I do that they only return to rub in that horrible business in court.
All right, Myra. I'll do something.
Wait a minute. Not later. Not this afternoon, but now. Right now.
Sure. Right now. I'm getting up, Myra. I'll do something.
I'll warn them to get out. I'll warn them first.
Another day.
Now listen, you two. I know why you're back, and I won't have it. So go on, get away from here. Look, I don't want your kind here, judge or no judge. Nobody can make a fool out of me, you understand? Listen to me. If you don't go away, I'll... George, that gun. George, listen. Don't shoot. George, in God's name, what have you done?
They won't bother you now, Myra. Anymore. Ever.
George! Look what you've done! Oh, you fool! Why did you do that? Why?
What difference does it make? You couldn't understand. Operator, get me the police. I want to report a murder.
I'll never understand what came over George that morning. He must have gone mad. Stark raving mad. The lawyer, his friend from Boston, well, he said insanity was the only kind of defense to offer. But George? Oh, no, not George. He wouldn't listen. He turned stubborn, and I couldn't prod him to do a thing, not even to save his life. He acted as if he wanted to die. He left me without a penny. Even his life insurance was gone. Yes, little by little, behind my back, he borrowed on it until there was nothing left. What a thing to do to me, after I'd been such a kind and loving wife. Why, I didn't even have enough money to buy a decent morning outfit.
Suspense. You have been listening to At the Point of the Needle, starring Betty Gard and Walter Kinsella, and written especially for Suspense by Joseph Cochran. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson, edited by Norman Ober, music supervision by Ethel Huber. Also heard in tonight's story were Bob Reddick, Terry Keane, and Bill Adams. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction by James Berry. Listen again next week when we return with Devilstone, written by Jonathan Bundy. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. And now, a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. In a moment, Act One of Devilstone, starring Christopher Carey and Neil Fitzgerald,
and written especially for Suspense by Jonathan Bundy. This portion of Suspense is brought to you by the makers of Parliament cigarettes.
Listen, more and more people are smoking to this tune every day.
Parliament gives you extra margin. Parliament gives you extra margin. The filter's recessed and made to stay neat and clean. Quarter-inch away. Parliament gives you extra margin. Parliament gives you extra margin. You're smoking neat. You're smoking clean with Parliament today.
My name is Martin, Timothy Martin. I live here in Dublin, and very nicely too, thanks to a considerable inheritance and sale of the family estate in County Kilkenny, which bought a very good price. I have a comfortable cottage, a faithful manservant by the name of Evetts, and everything else I need to live an easy, contented life, and without the need of applying myself to any sort of labor. Even my financial matters are no bother to me. They're handled by a penny-pinching old solicitor by the name of Ian Carney. And mine was a contented life. Until, that is. Until a long-forgotten uncle died and left me some property he'd owned but never lived on up in County Fermanagh near Inniskillen. A place known as Devilstone. And then... But let me digress for a moment. I should say, let me seem to digress for a moment. And remember this, please. For it may have much to do with a strange, terrifying tale I'm about to tell you. Deep under St. Michael's Church, here in Dublin, is a crypt. It possesses most amazing properties. In it lie scores of bodies in a state of perfect preservation, albeit they are hundreds of years old. The old ones used to say it's due to some wondrous form of black magic. But modern science, modern chemistry, has exploded that ancient belief, has shown that certain gases generated by the unusual composition of the dark, dank earth in which the crypt is located, those gases have produced this amazing phenomenon. Very well. Now, a few days ago, I called Mr. Carney, my solicitor, on the telephone.
I've been hoping you'd call me, Timothy. I wish to speak with you about that house and property in County Fermanagh that your uncle left you.
Well, I've certainly no desire to move away from Dublin, Mr. Carney, so I've decided to rent out the old place.
Rent it out?
And why not, sir?
You really think you can?
Well, I'm quite certain I can.
I doubt it.
Well, as a matter of fact, an American couple by the name of Stoker left here only yesterday for a look at it.
I see.
I expect they'll be back here a moment now to agree to lease it for the summer.
Timothy, you showed them the pictures and description of the place?
Yesterday morning. They were so intrigued by them, they were all for signing a lease then and there.
You'd better to have taken their money and let them do it, my boy.
Oh?
Aye.
Well, I'm sure I don't see why. Well, surely they're entitled to look at the place over before they take it. After all, Mr. Carney, never having been there myself, there wasn't too much I could tell them about Devilstone.
Exactly as it should be, Timothy.
Well, I'm afraid I don't understand you, sir.
I mean that now, my boy. You will never rent it to them, nor to anyone else who goes there.
Why not? Now, why'd you say that, Mr. Carney? Well?
You don't know?
Well, of course I don't know.
Then perhaps your tenants, I should say erstwhile prospective tenants, will tell you, if you ever see them again.
Now, what do you mean by... Oh, excuse me a moment, Mr. Carney. Yes, what is it, Evetts?
I beg your pardon, sir, but there's a Mr. Stoker here to see you.
Stoker?
Yes, sir. And if I may say so, he appears to be quite excited about something, rather angry. Hello? Shall I tell him you're busy and suggest he see you another time? Timothy? Yes?
No, Evetts. Have him come in, please.
Very good, sir. Hello, Timothy.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Carney, but I've someone here to see me.
Now about Devilstone, Timothy.
I think I'd better call you back.
Very well, if you like. But there is something about Devilstone, its history, that you might not be cognizant of.
All right, well, I'll get back to you shortly.
Timothy!
Goodbye, sir.
Well,
At least you didn't try to skip out on me.
Mr. Stoker, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Oh, it is, eh?
Did you and your wife get over to look at Devilstone as you'd planned?
We certainly did. And by heaven, Martin, if this is your idea of some practical joke...
My what?
Sending me alone to that ungodly place would have been bad enough. But my wife... Martin, you want to be horsewhipped.
No, wait, please.
I'll have you know that as a result of your having let her go there, you and your twisted sense of humor...
What?
What is the matter with you, anyway? The poor woman nearly went out of her mind.
Mr. Stoker,
She still hasn't recovered from it. Sure, I got her back to Dublin all right. But the doctor has ordered her to bed. Had to give her strong sedatives. Now, I warn you, young man, if she doesn't recover
completely...
just
a minute, Mr. Stoker.
Oh, don't bother, Martin. The less you say, the less I have to see of you from here on out, the better. Here are the keys to that place.
Now, look here, Mr.
Goodbye, Martin. If I ever see you again, it will be in a court of law.
Believe me, Mr. Stoker, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you so upset about?
Oh, you don't, eh?
Do you mean to say there's something wrong with Devilstone?
And do you mean to say that you, the owner of it, don't know?
Don't know what, sir?
You don't know that ungodly place is haunted?
What?
You heard me. Haunted.
Could I possibly have heard right, sir? Haunted. Was that what he said, Mr. Martin? Haunted?
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh, dear. Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. But really, it's too amusing.
It's perfectly all right, Everett. You go right ahead and laugh, and I'll join you. Well, that's about as an absurd excuse I've ever heard.
Excuse me, sir. You don't think he meant it?
What, the Devilstone is haunted? How could he? Haunted houses went out of fashion 100 years ago. No, Evans, it was simply a silly excuse for not leasing the place. Well, now that he and his wife have had a look at it. But what an excuse. Does he think that we Irish are nothing but a lot of stupid, superstitious idiots?
Quite right, sir.
What?
I mean, of course not, sir.
Well, anyhow, it's completely ridiculous. So we'll simply forget it. Forget about the Stokers. Place an advertisement in the papers and find ourselves some other tenants.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we'd best reduce the rate on it a bit. Perhaps that's what scared them off.
No, that could be, sir.
Or who knows? Perhaps Devilstone isn't in as good condition as we've been led to believe. But can you imagine anyone coming up with an excuse so patently absurd, so completely asinine, and so utterly foolish, and expecting us to believe him, to take him seriously?
Yes? What is it, sir?
Everts. The truth now.
Yes?
Do you believe? Do you think? Possibly. Oh, no. No, of course not. It couldn't be. And yet, could that have been what Mr. Carney was talking about? Or at least implying?
Mr. Carney, the solicitor?
Yes.
But Mr. Carney seems to be a man of good sense.
He was so definite about it, though. When he told me I should have let them do what they wanted after they saw the pictures, sign a lease immediately.
Before they even saw Devilstone?
Yes. They would have, you know. They would have signed and paid a couple of months' rent, and Mr. Carney said I was wrong in not letting them do it, in not getting what I could and immediately.
Would it have been completely ethical, no?
You mean if something is wrong with the place?
But haunted, sir.
No, of course not. Ridiculous.
Oh, of course.
And yet, well, there's one way to find out.
Yes. Shall I put in a call to Mr. Carney?
No. By doing that, I'd be admitting that I might believe in such ridiculous possibility. No, Everts. You and I will drive up to Devilstone and we'll investigate ourselves.
Capital, sir. A splendid idea.
You like it, eh?
Well, never having seen the place either of us, and after Mr. Stoker's reaction to it, it might be quite exciting, sir.
Let's see now. If we leave right away, we should be able to reach Devilstone by nightfall.
Yes, sir.
So fetch the car and a couple of flashlights, too.
Very good, sir.
And perhaps I'd better take along a pistol, just in case. And of course...
What, sir?
Well, to conduct our investigation in the ghostly place and style, we'll take along one of the dogs with us. Say, Red Kim of Heatherscote.
An excellent idea, sir.
Now, let's get underway.
Yes, sir.
Well, Everts, the man at the petrol station told us right. The rambling old mansion you now see before you is Devilstone.
Yes. I see.
Now, what kind of a reaction is that?
A gloomy old place, if I may say so, sir.
Now, don't you start conjuring up some ghosts.
Even Kim apparently finds nothing particularly friendly about it.
Now, look, Evans. If you're going to become superstitious about Devilstone...
Oh, no, sir.
Come along, we'll have a look at it. Come along, Kim. Come along, boy. Now, let me see if I can unlock this door.
Yes, sir, here. I'll hold the flash on it for you.
Good. I believe this is the key. Well, the door is already ajar.
Why, yes, sir. So I see.
Well, come along, you two. Come on, Kim.
He's protesting rather vehemently, sir.
We'll just get him inside and we'll close the door.
Yes, sir.
Kim! What the devil's the matter with you? Oh, come now, boy. Are you a dog or a mouse?
Oh, certainly is frightened of something, sir.
Yes. He doesn't look like a ghost hunter crouched down there in the corner that way.
And if I remember the pictures correctly, this door here should lead to a small, enclosed court, sir. Oh, and my bud.
It's just another night bird, Evans. Don't let it bother you. Now, do you mind telling me why did you do that?
I beg your pardon.
What? Why, you're still over there at the door. And yet, I distinctly felt something or someone bump against my shoulder.
And I thought someone walked on past me. Look here, Mr. Martin.
Yes? What is it?
In the mud, out there in the court. Shine your light on it, sir, where mine is.
Why, yes. Footprints. Big ones. And fresh.
And do you see? More of them are being made even as we look at them.
No.
Yet there's no one there to make them.
Impossible.
I know, sir.
But you're right, Evans. You're right. Back inside now, and quickly.
Yes.
Now, whatever is making those footsteps can't follow us.
It does feel a bit safer in here.
No wonder Kim is frightened. There are things like that going on. Then why? And how?
Do you suppose, sir, that one of the old lamps could be lighted?
Well, if they have any oil in them. And it shouldn't take us long to find out if they... Oh, now, wait a minute. Now, what are we acting this way for? It's trickery, that's all it is. It's trickery.
But by whom, sir? And why?
Well, that is something we shall have to find out. Now, where is Kim? Oh, there he is, still in the corner.
Sick with fright. Do you suppose, sir?
No. Nonsense. Whoever it was that scared Stoker and his wife out of here is trying to scare us now. And I mean to find him out.
Yes, but the dog, sir. And if it's true about them and that there is a ghost...
Nonsense. No. We'll just look about here. Where? Now what's the matter?
That door. At the other end.
What?
Behind you. It's opening by itself into a small room beyond.
Good. Then we shall start our investigation in that room. Where? Are you coming?
Yes, sir.
Oh, clumsy. Now you dropped your flashlight.
What? I didn't, sir. I didn't. It was knocked out in my hand.
It what?
Honest it was, sir. I swear it, sir.
Now, Evarts, don't be silly. Go on back in there and get it.
I really rather not, sir, if you don't mind. Oh, the door. It's closed by itself. And now we're locked in.
Oh, we are, eh? Who did this? Who closed this door? Who's there? Who's there, I say?
The same one.
What?
Same thing.
What are you talking about?
The same thing that struck your shoulder, that made the footprints in the mud, and that frightened poor Kim so badly.
And frightened you, too. Well, I say it's trickery. Trickery. It has to be. Who's doing this? Answer me. Answer me.
You'd best be gone.
What?
You'd best be gone.
Yes. Yes. I guess we'd better.
Yes, sir.
But no. Not a bit of it.
Please, sir. Please, in the name of heaven, sir.
No. We're going to stay right here, Evarts, until we find out.
You'd best be gone.
No. Not until we learn just what's going on and... Where's that voice coming from?
I've tried to warn you. Oh, please, sir.
They have tried to scare us, that's all. Tried to scare us.
Yes.
Yes.
So that you'd leave this place.
Why?
Because if you do not, you will suffer the same fate as the dog.
Kim? Fate? What are you talking about?
Oh, look, sir. The door is opening. Yes, look. In the light of the flash that was dropped in there.
Kim! Everts. Kim is dead.
Then, Mr. Martin... Oh, please, sir, I beg of you.
Who did this? Who did this? Show yourself.
Yes, I will show myself. Look.
What?
Oh, look, sir. Out of thin air.
Yes, I see him.
Mr. Martin.
Yes. All right. We'll leave. Come along, Evarts. Come on. Yes, Mr. Carney. I thought at first it was trickery, or perhaps some kind of joint hallucination by Evarts and myself, induced perhaps by the gloomy atmosphere of the old house, and whatever it was that Stoker had said about his wife and her being so terrified.
No, my boy.
But when it actually happened, that he actually appeared there before us out of thin air, this misty, tenuous, impalpable figure, and then when we found there wasn't so much as a little mark on Kim, the dog, who up to that moment had been as healthy as I. But why didn't you tell me about whatever it is in that inhabits that place when I talked to you on the phone?
I tried to, Timothy, but you cut me off. And after all, I'd known about it only as a legend from hearsay.
And he was a huge man and powerful, this ghost.
Yes, I should say it was Jason O'Flynn, your ancestor, who built the place for his wife. It was to have been her castle.
Was?
Yes. But the first day she sought to enter into it, she fell, tripped upon the threshold, she struck her head,
and she never regained consciousness.
I see.
The doctor was summoned, did all he could for her, there in a smaller room off the main salon.
Yes.
But she died that night. And then Jason O'Flynn swore by the book that no one would live in that house but he, until his body turned to dust. He walked out of that little room then and was never seen again. And ever since that time... But now you know the rest.
Wait.
Yes?
Until his body turns to dust.
His own words.
And he wasn't seen to leave.
No. What are you thinking of, Timothy?
I'm going back there, Mr. Carney, tomorrow in daylight. I just don't get it.
And I certainly found no signs of hollow walls or hidden panels on the floors above, sir.
And yet, Everett, somewhere close to that small room.
Don't you think it's best we simply leave the place and
No. No one but he could.
What?
Until his body turned to dust.
What, sir?
And although there must have been other people about, he wasn't seen to leave. And to me, Evans, that means only one thing. Somewhere in this house lies the key to this mystery.
But we've been here most of the day, sir, and we've found nothing. And it's getting on towards dusk.
I know. But until I find some...
Oh, sorry, sir. Let me help you. The old rug was so badly wrinkled, it's no wonder you tripped.
Wait. Evans. Listen.
Very hollow floor, I should say.
Here. Help me fold this rug back.
Yes, sir.
Here now. And look. A sort of trapdoor. And fitted in the floor so tightly.
Yes.
And this. It looks like a seal around the edge.
Why, yes, sir. And a heavy lifting ring.
Well, then give me a hand. We'll see if we can raise it. Now.
Oh, it's very tight, sir.
Yes. But the seal is giving way a little.
Yeah.
Put everything you have into it now.
Yes, sir.
Good. We made it.
Must be very horrid odor coming up out of that place.
Yes, Evans. Like that in the caves, or the catacombs under St. Michael's.
You mean where all the bodies and...
Yes. Quickly now. The flashlight, give it to me.
Here, sir.
Now, look down there on the earthen floor below. Do you see? The wrists are cut. He killed himself.
No, it's he. It's the ghost that we saw.
Yes, Everett. The body of Jason O'Flynn. And so perfectly preserved as though he died only moments ago.
Oh, it's horrid.
Until his body turned to dust, he said.
So we know now that we've found it. So please, sir, let's leave this place.
Wait, Evans. Wait. Do you see? Now the fresh air has reached it.
Oh, good Lord.
Yes. The color is leaving the cheeks. The pallor of death is taking its place. And yes, now, at long last, the body will turn to dust. No longer will Jason O'Flynn walk the night. Requiescat in pace.
Suspense. You've been listening to Devilstone, starring Christopher Carey and Neil Fitzgerald, and written especially for Suspense by Jonathan Bundy. Suspense is produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Heard in tonight's story were Gilbert Mack, Walter Grisey, Reynold Osborne,
and Frank Milano. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Sound patterns by Walter Otto. Technical direction by Fred Cusick. Associate Director, Bernie Seabrooks. This is Stuart Metz.